Guys, Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, this is what they do, all right? ED is a medical condition, and like most other medical conditions, it's treatable. And I'm talking about treatments with success rates well over 90%, all right? So if ED is affecting you, it's time to get back to the closeness that you've been missing with your partner. Your initial visit is just $99. That includes a medical consult, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. Fellas, it's real simple. If the test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit's completely free. There's no downside here. So call them at 720-440-7900 or visit them online at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
SodaWeightLoss.com is state-of-the-art, and SodaWeightLoss.com helped me lose 60 pounds a few years ago, and I've never gained the weight back. Why? I know how to eat, what to eat, and when to eat. I had a real nutritionist there to help me along the way through my journey. I joined Soda for a short time to have results that last a lifetime. Call them up, 1-866-800-SODA. You want to lose that weight? 1-866-800-SODA. Online at SodaWeightLoss.com. They are there for you like they were there for me. It's SodaWeightLoss.com. Soda Weight Loss is state-of-the-art.
When the Nuggets are knocking down threes, you score too. If Denver hits 15 or more three-pointers, you score a free 28-ounce Gatorade Lower Sugar the very next day at your friendly King Soopers. Gatorade Lower Sugar is scientifically formulated with Gatorade's #1 proven electrolyte blend and has 75% less sugar than Gatorade Thirst Quencher, and no artificial flavors, sweeteners, or colors. Big shots deserve next-level hydration. Only at King Soopers.
Hey guys, your boy Snake here. Just because it's winter doesn't mean I'm sitting around waiting for the spring. I'm planting the yard, moving dirt, getting things ready for what's next. My friends at Bozar Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet, they're doing their cleaning right now too. It's the Not So Winter event. Between everyday driving, busy schedules, and everything life throws at you, your vehicle works hard. And if you've been thinking about upgrading, now's the time to clean up your driveway and drive something new. Only at Bozar Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet. The Not So Winter event going on right now.
Jacob's Law and 303 Law 4040, the husband and wife law firm where you don't get passed around to a law clerk or some call center overseas. You always get to meet directly with me and my lovely wife, Kimberly. Go ahead, save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. It's 303 Law 4040.
Are you one of those people who dread going to the dentist? If so, have you tried sedation dentistry? Learn more about sedation dentistry at coloradosedation.com. Sit back, relax, and dream with the most experienced sedation dentist and staff at Clarkson Dental.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan, powered by Waterloo Turf Denver. Get your Saturdays back.
Stream Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Powered by Advanced Tax Solutions. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Off and rolling. Here on a Thursday, March 12th, the day after a monster Denver Nuggets uppercase dub. What up, Phil?
Woo! Uppercase dub. It was like a double uppercase dub. I mean,
double uppercut.
Oh, I like it. I like it. The knockout. The knockout in the third quarter.
It was a knockout. It was. That thing did not go to the judges, man.
No. But you know what? Finally, finally the Denver Nuggets decide to step on a team's throat and finish them off. Stop playing with your food. All right, when you have them on the ground, finish them, move on because you're on a back-to-back. But before we get into all that, ZB, how you doing, man? It's a beautiful day out there, although the sun's kind of went down. It looks a little gray out there.
It is a little gray.
But I'm okay with it because it's a lot warmer than it was yesterday. Yesterday it was too sharp, right? It was the weather, the cold was just like a sharp cold, and I wasn't feeling it. I was not feeling it. I love the weather when it's 75 degrees, and I know it's not 75, but 75 degrees, sunny out there, blue skies, pina colada. That's the type of weather I like.
It's windy is what it is. I went for a walk. It's windy. It was like shaking my house, to be honest with you. But I'm fired up. I'm fired up to be here. I was in the Biggity building last night, taking that puppy in.
Yes, you were.
As a media member, but I also had a seat. So I was kind of like going back and forth. It was fun. And man, the Denver Nuggets made that night fun. Like that was like kind of like chicken soup for the soul. I used to call the wins like that. Back when I used to host the Mile High Hoops podcast. Like in the second half of the game, there's no worries. There's no concerns. I call it like a rocking chair finish. Like you're just rocking, like it's all good. Just waiting for the time to fall off the clock.
The only worry for me is like stay healthy. Whoever's out there,
totally
stay healthy. Can you just get through this game? But other than that, you're right. It was smooth sailing after that third quarter.
It was the largest loss for the Rockets this entire season. The Denver Nuggets just did to the Houston Rockets what the New York Knicks did last weekend to the Nuggets.
Take that.
In the form last night of a 129-93 dub. And it was a night that there's actually a handful of storylines that I think came out of last night. But I think the number one storyline, it was actually, let's go back to yesterday's show in sort of our preview and pregame of the contest. I asked you, what do you think your number one storyline was going into the night? And for you, it was Cam Johnson.
Mr. Cam Johnson.
And just how bad he had been struggling, and can he find a way out of this rut? And then when the shoe was on my foot, I said, Christian Brown. I just watched him get filleted against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in such a demonstrative way. And how would these two guys respond? I thought those two guys, really with Cam Johnson leading the way, like as a 1A storyline, and 1B for Christian Brown, those guys were so impactful last night in a way that, honestly, we haven't seen in CB's case a while, and in Cam Johnson's case, hardly ever.
You're not lying.
Sincerely.
Never, right? This is the first time we're actually watching Cam Johnson have the confidence. I mean, not just shooting the three, but driving to the hole, moving around, getting open, finding those pockets so that Jokic can get him more involved. Like, it was the first time I saw Cam Johnson smile. And he actually brought that up to the podium after the game of, like, being in his head.
He did.
And having more fun. And I remember being like him, because as an athlete, you can start to get in a rut and you can start to overthink a lot of things, and then you got the fans going at you, and then you got ZB and Phil going at you, and you start to force things that are just not there. And sometimes you got to take a step back, and enjoy the little things, like waking up and saying, damn, I'm alive. Waking up, going to the facility and saying, man, I'm living a kid's dream. I get to play basketball for a living and make hundreds of millions of dollars. I mean, I want to be them. And then you just go out there and play free. Cam Johnson looked like a guy that was playing free, having fun, moving around. And if we can get that version of him every single night, I don't need to see 17, 20 points, but I need to see him more consistent. I need to see him more aggressive. I need to see him like he was against the Houston Rockets last night. And we'll be in better shape.
No doubt about it, Phil. And he scored 17 points on 6 of 9 shooting, 3 of 5 from 3. The 17 points, I can tell you, it felt like 30. It felt like 30 just because of how, like, almost, and I don't want this to sound like it's coming off the wrong way, but it was almost like shocking to the system in the best kind of way. And I after the game, he said, in what you were alluding to, like, I have to just tell myself to hoop and have fun.
Yeah.
Remind yourself. Like, I'm watching my 7-year-old, man. He picks up a ball, and it's just so fun for him to dribble that thing and fire it at the basket, and I missed. Okay, let me shoot again. And it's just to see the purity of just playing a sport,
being in his own world,
and remembering, hey, dude, you've done this forever. You have a bona fide career to draw from. You're not fighting for your life. You're under contract. You made hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of threes in this league. You've played in the NBA Finals. This is March, and you play for the Denver Nuggets. And I don't know what the issue has been throughout the year for him. I'll share this with you, though. I was there pretty early, right? And
Yes,
just talking to different people and the relationships that I have down there. And I was talking with someone from the inside the organization who said, he's played with pressure before. We know that. He's played on the biggest stage that basketball has to offer, the NBA Finals. He said, but there could be different pressure when you're coming in as Michael Porter Jr. is going out. Those guys all won a championship together. And now you're next to the best player in the world and asked to be the best version of yourself and try to win a championship. And you're like the face of that trade, but you're also like, in playing next to Jokic, you don't want to let him down.
Yeah. And you know what, Z? I know how that man feels. When I was with the Colts, and although I didn't play for a very long time, Matt Ryan was there. Matt Ryan was actually the first quarterback that I was ever around that was actually a quarterback other than Joe that has went to a Super Bowl and has accolades and
he's an MVP.
MVP, right? So when I first got there and I was side by side getting ready for a route or getting ready for a play, I was nervous to catch a ball from Matt because I didn't want to drop that ball and have him thinking I can't catch or have him thinking he can't trust me because he was a big trust guy. So I understand when you get with someone like Jokic, the greatest player to play the game, and he's giving you these assists and these easy, so-called easy buckets and you're not putting them in, it could be discouraging for you, saying like, damn, I'm not just letting myself down. I'm letting my team down, but I'm letting Jokic down. And over time, if I keep doing this, Jokic won't trust me. And I won't get those opportunities, just like you were saying earlier.
I've already started to see some of the erosion of trust in high leverage moments of games where he turns down opportunities to give Cam Johnson the basketball.
Yes.
So, but last night was a great leap forward. That was a big game last night, guys. It didn't feel like it in the second half because the starters were just chilling, and it was the best case scenario of organic load management.
Yes.
That's what that looks like, and that's what Oklahoma City has so often, especially last year as well, like organic load management where your best players aren't playing in the fourth quarter. And so you get into a sequence like this next one in San Antonio. Man, I think the Nuggets have a 10% chance better at winning this game tonight in San Antonio than otherwise not, had they been out there for, 8 of the 12 minutes of the fourth quarter. So, and we'll talk about that later because I do not have a good feeling about tonight. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But last night was huge. You now own the tiebreaker with the Houston Rockets. That was a big-time win last night. And you saw from the very first quarter the approach. There was a seriousness. There was an intensity. There was a like a galvanizing effort of like, we are not losing this game. And
professional approach, man.
No
That's
doubt.
exactly what it was.
No doubt. And in a conversation in the pregame, 90 minutes before tip-off, I'm having a conversation with someone who would know. I'll just put it like that. It's like, the emphasis that we have put on this game, it can't be higher than a game in March. It cannot be higher because you turn around and go back-to-back with San Antonio tonight, having just lost, right, and lost 2 in a row. You don't want to lose 3 in a row heading into a back-to-back where Phil and they didn't get in until 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it's a late one.
So, like, you were risking losing 3 in a row, facing San Antonio, and then turn around and play the Lakers on Friday. It was just, there's a lot of pressure, I think, that was lifted from that locker room. Probably midway through the third quarter, you knew it was curtains.
And you know what? Hopefully this can jumpstart them because they have the players. And then we have to also remember, that was the third time in a long time that the starting 5 got to play together on the court.
Correct.
The third time, guys.
Their first win together since mid-November.
So it looks like, and hopefully they're starting to gel, starting to get the confidence around each other, starting to fill each other out. Hopefully tonight, and I'm with you. I don't know how I feel about this game against the Spurs, but we'll see. We'll preview it. But it's going to be fun, man. And they have a chance if they can stay healthy and they can catch fire and do their part. Everybody has to pull their weight.
Yeah. It was just a massive night, man. I felt lucky to be there. I thought the biggest moment of the night came at the end of the second quarter. At the end of the second quarter, and it was a tight game at that point. Mm-hmm. I mean, Denver won I think it was a 4-point game, I want to say.
Something like that, yeah.
But tight down the stretch of the second quarter, and Houston has a 2-for-1 coming up. So you know the ball's in Durant's hands. You know he's going to do one of three things. I mean, he's not going to pass it because you know 2-for-1. You're getting that shot off, and then you can get one more defensive stop, or even if you let up a bucket, you know you're going to get a second possession there. And Adelman, and I criticized him the other night for not doubling SGA for the game-winning shot. Man, they launched a second defender at Kevin Durant before that man got to half court, screwed up the whole possession. Nuggets get the ball back, take the last shot, and that was Christian Brown burying that thing to go into halftime.
The details.
Man, I cannot tell you the disposition of the bench, and I didn't go rewatch it or anything, so I don't know what was on camera, what wasn't. But the disposition of the entire team when they got that stop, the double team worked. Christian Brown, who had been struggling from three, hits a shot. You go into the locker room with momentum, and they came back out of the locker room with the same momentum. It was just a massive sequence. So hat tip to Adelman for launching that double team in the backcourt, screwing up the 2-for-1 for Houston, and then Christian burying that massive shot. I thought, for me personally, that was the biggest sequence of the evening.
Woo-wee!
Fired up, man.
Hey, man, you was going after it.
Fired up.
ZB was in the building, y'all.
It was, and this game on Saturday, this weekend against Los Angeles, man, it's a biggie. It's a massive game for reasons that we'll get into just a little bit later in today's show. The Broncos chose to prioritize their own players in free agency, but not all of them. What player that they let walk has the chance to make them pay the most for it? We'll talk about the candidates next.
Denver Sports is your home for Broncos free agency. Stay locked into 104.3 The Fan and head to DenverSports.com for up-to-the-minute news on the latest Broncos moves. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
What's going on, guys? Phillip Lindsay here with the one and only Williams Jewelers. And I know there's at least 50 of you listening to me right now who are thinking about popping that question here soon. And if that's the case, which I'm pretty sure it is here if you're listening to me talk about all this, all right, you're going to need a diamond. So let me save you some time and money by telling you something as simple as this. Whether you're starting your next chapter with your perfect diamond engagement ring, or celebrating a new milestone, or finally just doing something special for yourself for once, this is where it's going to begin. All right, close your eyes and imagine this. The finest jewelry legends all in one store together, making you feel just like family, and their service is going to reflect that. So come shop the finest loose diamonds in Denver. They have every size, shape, and price range you can imagine, and the largest selection of engagement ring settings I've ever set eyes on. And not only are they going to share the secrets of the business with you, but they're going to give you the best price in Colorado, guaranteed. So why wouldn't you want to create moments and memories for yourself and the ones you love by going to Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche, Denver's first family of fine jewelers, located in Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue, and also in Inglewood at Broadway and Bellevue. And don't forget to mention my name, Phillip Lindsay, when you step through one of those doors.
The Terry Wickstrom Outdoor Show is broadcasting live from the Great American RV Show and Off-Grid Expo at the Colorado Convention Center, Saturday, March 14th from 9 to 11 a.m. with 400 plus 2026 RVs, off-grid adventure rigs, and the latest gear to fuel your next escape.
2026 is shaping up to be an amazing year to buy a home in Colorado. If you've been dreaming about getting into your first place, upgrading for more space, or downsizing for a simpler lifestyle, now is a smart time to start planning. And the first step is easy. Get pre-approved. With American Financing, you can get it done in 24 hours or less, so you'll know exactly what you can afford before you start shopping. Rates have been dropping, home prices are steady, and more homes are hitting the market. You could score the right home at the right price and lock in a monthly payment that fits your budget without stretching yourself thin. And unlike renting, every payment you make goes toward your future, not your landlord's. And here's a misconception we love to bust. You do not need 20% down. Many buyers purchase with as little as 3% down. So if home ownership is on your 2026 goals list, let's make it happen. Call American Financing, Colorado's home for home loans, at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 1823334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, two-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health.
Score big. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs Springs to Fort Collins.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here. I've been around long enough to know the difference between tough talk and real quality, and that's why I trust Ravenous Window Center of Littleton. Right now, get 25% off Infinity by Marvin fiberglass windows. You'll also get 20% off at James Hardy Siding, engineered to resist hail, fire, moisture, even woodpeckers. Invest wisely with 12 months, no interest, and no payments. Schedule your free consultation at Ravenous Window Center of Littleton today. Call them 303-794-0490 or visit them online at windowsforyourhome.com.
You know what I could really go for right now? Literally anything that comes in a McDonald's carton, wrapper, or bag. Or a McDonald's cup. Yes, any of those items should do it.
And if you could go for a deal, now get free medium fries with the purchase of any hot, juicy Quarter Pounder with cheese or new Big Arch. Just what your cravings ordered. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity. Imagine all that could happen in 5 years. Jobs may change, kids will grow, new memes will come out, but what if you had reliable, intelligent Wi-Fi and the price didn't change for 5 years? Thanks to Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you don't have to worry about that part of your future. You're guaranteed 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to your devices that need them the most, that finds and fixes any issue before you even notice them. It's like super intelligent Wi-Fi that keeps you protected from online threats. You get incredible gaming speeds on multiple devices and no one battling for bandwidth. For the next 5 years, all your devices will be working with perfect harmony, and you get our best equipment with no annual contracts, no fees, and no strings. So even though your kids grow up and you still don't understand 6-7, your internet will stay sharp, reliable, and most importantly, the price will stay put. Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi, all with Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Select plans only.
I'm Rob Wilhite, and for almost 50 years, my firm has stood beside families recovering from car accidents. We live here, we work here, and we fight for people here. Over the years, we've helped our clients win more than $1 billion, giving them the compensation they deserve. If you've been injured in an accident, you don't have to face it alone. Call 303-GOOD-LAW or visit WilhiteWins.com. That's 303-GOOD-LAW or WilhiteWins.com. We're here for Coloradans when it matters most.
Denver counts on Fix-It 24/7 for heating and plumbing with legendary service. Proud partner of the Denver Broncos and proud to serve the community. Book now at fixmyhome.com.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on ESPN Denver 1600, CSU basketball faces San Diego State with pregame starting at 6:30.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, the Broncos chose to prioritize their own players in free agency, but not all of them. What player that they let walk has the chance to make them pay the most for it?
Ooh-wee, make them pay.
Payback time.
Make them feel the pain.
We'll get into some of those candidates here in just a second. But first, guys, tournament time is here. All right? And so is your shot at $5,000. Head to DenverSports.com/bracket to enter our 5K bracket challenge presented by Bryant, Colorado. Think you can pick the perfect bracket? Prove it. But don't wait. Entries close before tip-off on March 19th. That's DenverSports.com/bracket. All right, so the Broncos obviously prioritize their own free agents more than anyone in the National Football League.
Yeah, they love them. They love their guys. They love the in-house guys. We talk about the Colorado Rockies, right? Hiring from within.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's exactly what the Denver Broncos are doing with their players, which as a player, you have to love it. Like, if you do well, they're going to take care of you. They want those type of guys in the building. All you have to do is be a good person and do something on the field, a little something. You don't have to be the greatest player, and they're going to pay you. It's simple, right?
Is there a little? Did I hear a little something
simple.
in your voice?
That's simple, right? See, be a good person. Go for 2 touchdowns. A couple hundred yards, and you're gonna get paid, right? Right?
Hearing a little resentment in that voice.
Wrong time to be a Denver Bronco.
Oh man,
for myself.
Oh my goodness. That is funny, Phil. So. We got the news, just to pass it along. Dre Greenlaw is signing with the San Francisco 49ers.
We talked about it.
We did.
We were like, hey, 49ers, would we be surprised? You said no, I said no, and guess what? Perfect marriage. Greenlaw's back there, and they're stroking his ego, and I don't know how much they're going to pay him, but he's back.
It was less than a year ago. The Niners were flying to Texas, I think it was, to try to re-recruit Dre Greenlaw after he had already met with the Broncos, and they were like last-ditch effort type of thing. It doesn't work out here. He goes back to his ex. This just happens sometimes. So among the guys that the Broncos were like, we're good, for one reason or another, I don't want to make it sound completely negative. John Franklin Myers.
Yeah.
They were priced out.
Outplayed.
$63 million for 3 seasons. Holy smokes. PJ Locke.
PJ.
Where did PJ Locke end up?
Dallas Cowboys.
That's right.
Dallas Cowboys, 1 year, $5 million deal. He was once upon a time, he was a practice squad player. Undrafted free agent. When I was with the Denver Broncos 2018, PJ Locke was on practice squad. And now look what this man has done. He's carved out a role for himself. He's carved out multiple years. I think he's going on year 7 now. So he's making a little bit of money, playing out his dream. And he wasn't supposed to be there, right? Undrafted free agent, practice squad, and now he's getting another deal done with the Dallas Cowboys to battle for a starting job.
That is such a common NFL story, isn't it?
It is.
That,
it really is.
we dwell so much on the draft picks, but it's, a third of the league is undrafted players, like PJ Locke, who had a massive play in the biggest game of the year for the Denver Broncos in the divisional round against the Buffalo Bills. Not only just an interception, but he returned that puppy 30 yards.
Yes, he did.
So he walks out the door. And then the third, Dre Greenlaw. Am I missing anyone meaningful? JFM, PJ Locke, Dre Greenlaw?
No, that's it. That's it that I can think of, because Lil Jordan Humphrey, he's back.
Right, he is.
He's back.
If you haven't heard, Lil Jordan.
Lil J.
He's not going anywhere. All right, got himself a little deal. Lil Jordan is back. All right. Which one of those 3 you think has potential for us to look back and be like, man, are you sure they couldn't have made that work?
Yeah. Zach, ZB, Z-Bird. I went back and forth on this one, truly. When you were writing this up, I'm like, damn. There's not a lot to work with this one, because each one, there's a reason why they're all gone for different reasons. Not because they're bad people or bad players.
No.
Just it didn't work out here, and it wasn't going to be a good fit for this coming up year because they got draft picks. So I went with none of them, Z.
None of them.
None of them. I can sit here and look at and say, okay, damn, I'm going to sit back this season and be like, I wish we would have had him back. PJ Locke, he did his part. He wasn't supposed to start for the Denver Broncos ever. But he found his way into the starting role at times because people got hurt. He took advantage of his opportunities. But this is why you do this, right? You take advantage of your opportunities, and maybe somebody else is going to want you and want to pay a little bit more money for you. Dallas ends up doing that for you. So PJ Locke, I don't see PJ being a guy that I'm like, okay, we regretted that. PJ has been with the Denver Broncos for 7 years. So you kind of know what you have or got out of PJ Locke. Dre Greenlaw, I thought he was going to come in and make that major impact, Z.
Me too.
Instead, he got hurt during OTAs, during camp. All right, he was on IR in the first 5 or 6 games of the season, got hurt in the middle of the season, got ejected. So my man was making this money, but he wasn't producing because he wasn't out on that football field. So I can't sit here and be like, oh, I wish we would have had him back. We knew what we were getting out of Drake Greenlaw, and if he was healthy, it was going to be really good. But also, he's been dealing with injuries. My man didn't play a year and a half ago. He played maybe 1 game or 2 games.
Yeah, I think it was 1 or 2, yeah.
And that was it. Blew his Achilles out in the Super Bowl. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, damn, I wish we had Drake Greenlaw back. And then for
John Franklin Myers?
John Franklin Myers, it's just like, it is what it is. Like, I really want him back, but I knew he was going to cost a lot of money. And he's only playing 50% of the snaps here in Denver.
Right.
So you're going to have to pay this man all that money, and he's only going to play 50% of the snaps. It wasn't going to work out.
Yeah, that's a different approach to the question, for sure. I would say for me, I would say PJ Locke.
For real?
Yeah, and
Okay.
the reason I say that is we have to remember why Talanoa Hufanga was available to the Denver Broncos. He's got a bit of an injury history.
Yeah.
And if that creeps back up and you don't have depth behind that position, and he's playing in Dallas, and someone like J.L. Skinner's not ready to play safety for the Broncos in a Super Bowl window, PJ Locke was. In the biggest game of the year, PJ Locke stepped up in a super impactful way. So if I actually answered the question the way that you didn't, I would say because of the lack of the depth at safety, I would say probably PJ Locke and just how well he played in Denver. Like
He did a good job.
Because you could say the same thing about inside linebacker and Dre Greenlaw, but I've never seen Dre Greenlaw in Denver make plays where PJ Locke, I actually saw him step up in a super impactful way. So I would say PJ Locke. If you guys have a answer to this question, 303-713-1043 is the RamosLaw.com text line. Tonight is a preview of the most likely matchup for the Avs in the first round of the playoffs. What's the number one thing we're watching tonight? That's next.
With the Broncos still needing to find improvement on offense, is there a particular position that moves to the top of the list?
Top of the list for the draft is trying to unearth that guy, that tight end, that in theory can do both. And I know they're hard to find, and I know this is a thin tight end market.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8157. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-8157. That's 800-575-8157.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Hi, Flo here from Progressive. You know, life changes quickly, so it's good to have flexible coverage.
Oh, you mean like adding another vehicle?
Yes, that's something we can do.
Great, because I was thinking about getting a van so we could just keep the kids' softball stuff in the car.
Oh, we don't need to get into specifics. Just saying it's easy to change.
Oh, and Hannah wants to try the tuba.
Again, we don't need the specifics.
Last year, she wanted to be a tap dancer, but that only lasted 2 lessons.
Okay.
But she kept the shoes because they are adorable.
Well, just know that with Progressive, you can easily add another car to your auto insurance because we know life changes.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Need life insurance but have diabetes, high blood pressure, or on anxiety meds? If you're a 50-year-old male, even porky, or with type 2 diabetes, $1 million of life insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. For affordable term life insurance, call Term Provider and speak with Big Lou at 800-777-1225. 800-777-1225 or visit biglou.com. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. 800-777-1225.
Colorado, Zach By here for 5280 Exteriors. Guys, we've had the driest winter in decades, over 50 years in some areas, and that means a higher wildfire risk. Now's the time to protect your home. 5280 Exteriors installs fire-resistant, non-combustible, low-maintenance upgrades built to handle Colorado's extreme weather. Choose James Hardy siding, Timber Tech decking, and Pella Impervia fiberglass windows. Plus, get 60 months no-interest financing. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Most people don't think about their garage door until it stops working. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Door Service. A noisy garage door is a cry for help. Most repairs are simple, but if left untreated, they can turn into costly repairs. Your garage door works hard every day, and a little maintenance goes a long way. We fix garage doors fast with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. There's never a good time for your garage door to break, whether you're rushing to work or you're trying to get the kids to school. We know how much you rely on your garage door. That's why we offer same-day repairs, because life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Over 90,000 five-star reviews don't happen by accident. They happen by putting people first. Fixing your garage door is what we do. But making your life easier and your home safer is why we do it. Families trust us because we deliver, and we'd be honored to earn your trust too. From repairs to upgrades, call Don's Garage Door Service today.
Hi, I'm Kamiko, the founder of Miko's Hot Chicken. When we started our family restaurant, we were also raising a family. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Our Chase Inc. card was there to reward us on all of our business needs. Now we have a thriving location, and we're hungry for more.
With the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited card, you can earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for business. Make more with yours. Real business owners compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Fitness Gallery, selling the world's finest fitness equipment.
Want real Broncos talk? Cecil Lammey and Andrew Mason bring the heat on Orange and Blue today. The most passionate, intelligent, and in-depth Broncos coverage in the game. Weekdays at 5 p.m. on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan YouTube channel. Hit subscribe at Denver Sports 104.3 and never miss another take. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, tonight is a preview of the most likely matchup for the Colorado Avalanche in the first round of the postseason. What is the number one thing to watch? We'll talk about that here in just a second. But first, Sam Barday. You could be heading to Las Vegas for the biggest pro wrestling event in the world thanks to 303 Law 4040. Call us back within the next 10 minutes at 303-713-1043 to be entered into our drawing for the Superfan Send-Off Grand Prize. A pair of 2-night tickets to the event, round-trip airfare for 2 from Denver to Vegas, 2 nights hotel stay, and a $500 Visa gift card. Sam Barday. Call us now at 303-713-1043. Okay, it's
a showdown.
It is a showdown. It's a preview of the first-round matchup, as well as a rematch of the 2023 first round of the postseason, which the Avs lost in Game 7 again.
Another one.
2-1. This, I have to tell you, man, and I'm being serious. Like, I get kind of like the heebie-jeebies when talking about the Avs going. The Avs are so dominant on their cup run, going 16-4. Think about that. You're averaging a gentleman's sweep on your way to a parade.
Same thing the Nuggets did.
Same thing the Nuggets did. As often as we talk about those two teams having
that's bizarre.
A reflection of one another, both going 16-4 in back-to-back years. But that the whole thing, the way that series fell, and the expectations of a dynasty, and Val Nichushkin going missing before Game 3, which they won, by the way. Like, people forget, Val went missing before Game 3. The Avs went out and won without him. And then I think the gravity of the situation, first they learned of it all after the fact.
Distractions started coming, and
Yes.
everybody's talking about it.
Yes.
It's hard to do anything once that comes out.
Yeah, but that first game they won Game 3. And the Kraken, people forget this too. The Kraken were the first expansion team to beat the reigning Stanley Cup champs in their inaugural playoff series. That was their first postseason ever, and they knocked off the champions in Game 7. So, and by the way, if there's one thing that I would love for the Avs to avoid here in about a month when the postseason starts, it's Game 7s.
Yeah. Let's just get through it, especially in the first round.
You know how
there
many
shouldn't be a Game 7 in the first round.
No, not with this team. Not with this. You know how many Game 7s the Avs have lost in a row? I'm putting you on the spot, so no pressure.
Let me see, in a row?
Drew, see if you know this too.
I'm gonna go with 3.
Okay. Drew, how many Game 7s you think the Avs have lost in a row?
I believe it's 6.
Ooh.
I believe it's 7.
You're right. I think Dallas last year was the 7th. Yeah,
it was the 7th.
Yep.
That is the longest. That is the longest streak of losing a game 7s
Uh-huh.
in the NHL, in the NBA and Major League Baseball.
7?
It's the longest Game 7 losing streak in pro sports.
Yeah, let's avoid the Game 7s then.
Yeah.
We got some bad juju over there.
You have to go back to 2002, the last time the Colorado Avalanche won a Game 7. Anyway, I'm going down memory lane, a painful one. So that's what's going down tonight. A rematch of the 2023 first round.
Yeah.
That still stings to this day and is still shrouded in controversy. And it's a preview of the most likely matchup.
Yeah, man. And when I'm looking at this matchup tonight, I'm looking at the defense and also the penalty kill on the special teams because that has to be better. Ever since the Olympic break, the penalty kill has kind of fallen off. They were number 3. I want to say, Drew, they've fallen to number 5 right now, so they got to get their act together. But defensively, in front of the goalie, in front of Blackwood, Blackwood between the pipes. And there was 3 goals scored that people were upset. Some people were upset, and it wasn't Blackwood's fault. It was the defense. It was the guys in front of Blackwood that were not doing their job. There was nobody in front of Blackwood. So tonight, against the Kraken, who they struggle to score to get the puck in the back of the net.
Yeah, the Kraken do, yeah.
I want to see good defense. I want to see them flying around. All right, penalty. If you end up getting into the box and you have to kill off the penalty, do a good job with it. Attention to detail. All right, this is the time to iron out little things, the power play, the penalty kills, so that we can get ready for the postseason. So I'm looking defensively on the blue line. What do they do tonight? Brent Burns was not good other night.
He was not.
He needs to kind of revamp, redo things. I know it was his birthday. His birthday's the same day as yours, Z.
Oh, is that right?
So maybe my man was going crazy, partying like a rock star, but he needs to do something different tonight. Because he has to have a better showing because we're going to need him. 41-year-old Brent Burns has to do better.
Yeah, that was I'm just going to throw that game out the other night. I mean, that was a rough watch for Mr. Burns there. This will be the second of 3 meetings in the regular season. The last time these two teams played, it was around mid-December in Seattle, and Colorado won 5-3. McKinnon had 2 goals and an assist. I don't have his... And I'll pull it up here maybe during the break. I don't have his stats versus the Kraken specifically, but just anecdotally watching all these games, it feels like McKinnon has the Kraken's number.
Yeah.
Like he just shows out against Seattle and a 3-point effort the last time these two teams locked horns on December 16th.
5 goals, 14 assists versus Seattle.
Is that right?
Yeah.
5 goals and 14 assists against the Kraken.
In only 12 games.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
So my man goes to work.
Yep.
He sees the Seattle Kraken. He's like, okay, it's time to eat.
All right. I love it. I love that. Seattle has lost 3 in a row. All right. They have also lost 5 of 7. And when it comes to the Avs playing on the road, all right, that is the case tonight. They are 26-5 in road games. And you bring up the Avs penalty kill not being very good since the Olympic break. The Kraken are 31st in the NHL when they are a man down, all right? And on the penalty kill, they're 72.8%. So about 73%, not very good. Not very good. So we'll see if the Avs can take advantage of that. So eyes on McKinnon. Another storyline to watch for tonight is can Marty Necas continue this torrid streak? Since coming out of the Olympic break, he has been absolutely on fire. Truly like one of the 3 or 4 best players. Well, I'll say one of the 4 already sitting on a career high in goals. How many games are left in the Avs season? Do we know? Like maybe 18, 19, something like that, I want to say. Something in there. So already a career high in goals with a handful of games ahead of him. He's sitting on 77 points. So a chance to be like a 90-point guy. Dante says 19 games left. That sounds about right. So that is certainly another storyline to watch tonight. Okay, shifting gears. We'll be looking at J.K. Dobbins through a new lens in 2026. What's the initial forecast? And there's rumors of a potential interest between the Broncos and a divisive name on offense. We'll get to all of it next.
Tournament time is here, and so is your shot at $5,000. Head to DenverSports.com/bracket to enter our 5K Bracket Challenge, presented by Bryant, Colorado. Think you can pick the perfect bracket? Prove it, but don't wait. Entries close before tip-off on March 19th. That's DenverSports.com/bracket. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hey guys, your boy Snake here. Just because it's winter doesn't mean I'm sitting around waiting for the spring. I'm planning the yard, moving dirt, getting things ready for what's next. My friends at Beaux-Arts Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet, they're doing their cleaning right now too. It's the not-so-winter event. Between everyday driving, busy schedules, and everything life throws at you, your vehicle works hard. And if you've been thinking about upgrading, now's the time to clean up your driveway and drive something new. Only at Beaux-Arts Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet, the not-so-winter event going on right now.
Hi, I'm Michael from the War and Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about
Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5 milligram, 1 milligram, and 2 milligrams.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a warehouse operations manager.
Where are the forklifts?
Sold them. Too expensive. We're using scooters now.
So you expect us to move a 2-ton pallet on a scooter?
Just lean into it. Put your back into it, people.
This is your job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Have you looked at your credit card statement lately? You're working 40, 50 hours a week just to buy groceries and gas, things you used to be able to afford. And the credit card companies are charging you over 20% interest for the privilege. Think about that. Over 20%. It's designed to keep you underwater. American Financing is doing something they hate. They're actually helping people. They have mortgage rates in the 5. They're showing homeowners how to take their hard-earned equity to wipe out that high-interest debt. The average savings is $800 a month. So talk to a salary-based mortgage consultant. No upfront fees, no obligation to see how much you can save. And if you start today, you could delay 2 mortgage payments. Give American Financing a call. America's home for home loans at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org. APR for rates in the 5 start at 6.196 for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit costs and terms.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, 2-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health. That's why I made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer.
Score big, save 25% off all primetime functional trainers, home gyms, and racks. Work out on your schedule on the equipment you choose from the safety and comfort of your own home. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins.
One iced coffee?
$1, please.
For real? No way. One iced coffee?
$1, please.
For real? No way. What a deal.
Your new morning groove. Iced coffee from McDonald's, any size for just $1 until 11 a.m. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Jacobs Law and 303 Law 4040, the husband and wife law firm where you don't get passed around to a law clerk or some call center overseas. You always get to meet directly with me and my lovely wife, Kimberly. Go ahead, save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. It's 303 Law 4040.
The Terry Wickstrom Outdoor Show is broadcasting live from the Great American RV Show and Off-Grid Expo at the Colorado Convention Center, Saturday, March 14th from 9 to 11 a.m. with 400 plus 2026 RVs, off-grid adventure rigs, and the latest gear to fuel your next escape.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on ESPN Denver 1600, CSU basketball faces San Diego State with pregame starting at 6:30.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
Leading off with a big story of the day, here's The Drive with Zach By and Denver, Colorado's own Phillip Lindsay.
One hour in the books. Quicker than a New York minute.
There we go.
Hanging out with you. That first hour did fly by. Appreciate you guys rocking with. Covered a lot of ground there in hour number one. Shifting gears from the Avalanche to the Denver Broncos. And I guess we'll just fill you in. I know we mentioned it already, but a piece of news today. Dre Greenlaw signing back with the San Francisco 49ers after 1 year in Denver. Going back, quote-unquote, home.
Going back to Cali.
Yeah. I really thought that was going to be just – that was one that just never came into focus, but I was so hopeful because I remember who that guy was when he was healthy. He was a bad boy. And if you remember, he did the interview when he's talking about, being in Fred Warner's shadow.
Yeah.
And that he'd always be Pippen, and he wanted to be Jordan here in Denver. And we got the Wizards Jordan.
No, we
got the Wizards Jordan.
We got Pittman when Jordan left, and then when Jordan came back, all right, they won again. So you have Michael Pittman. That was, and you correct me if I'm wrong, but once Jordan left, it was the Pittman show, right?
No. Scottie Pippen. You're saying Michael Pittman.
No, Scottie Pippen.
The receiver.
No, Scottie Pippen.
Scottie Pippen. Goodness gracious. Yeah, it was Scottie's team, and they still were very good when Jordan was out. I want to say they won like 53 games or something like that. And actually, Scottie Pippen, when Jordan was retired, was back when the All-Star game was played at a high level. Yeah. Scottie Pippen was All-Star game MVP. He was Scottie Pippen, you drop Scottie Pippen in any situation, he was going to have success. But being second fiddle to the greatest player of all time, well, there you have 6 championships.
There you go.
So, and then he went on to be on some really good Portland Trailblazers teams.
You're talking about Scottie.
Scottie, after Jordan retired, the Portland Trailblazers were like Rasheed Wallace, Bonzi Wells, Scottie Pippen. Who was a little guard there? Damon Stoudemire. They had some really good teams that pushed the Shaq and Kobe Laker teams. Anyway, getting down a rabbit hole here.
There you go.
What were we talking about?
Dre Greenlaw.
He wanted to be Jordan in Denver. Yes.
He wanted to be Jordan. He wasn't Jordan.
He wasn't Jordan. So that's a piece of news of the day. J.K. Dobbins. I said going into the last break, we'll be looking at J.K. Dobbins through a new lens here in 2026. What is the initial forecast? Like it or not, okay, and I know some athletes don't like it, okay, and some just get it. When you're in that world and you're the gladiator and your finances are made public, your success through someone like my eyes, it's measured up against what you're earning, and the more you earn, the higher the expectations.
Exactly. I mean, even for a player, right? A player in the building, you're looking at the guy who just got paid a lot of money saying, you better produce. You better produce. They're giving you this money for a reason. They think highly of you. They feel like you can take us, all right, as a player to the next level because of your play. Not because you're a great locker room guy,
right?
But because you can win us football games, basketball games, hockey games. You're just that type of dude. That's why they're paying you the big bucks. Simple.
So, and you saw that dynamic up close and personal.
All the time, man. And you would sit there in the locker room, and some guys, you're like, I understand why he got paid a lot. Then there's some other times you look at a guy saying, how the hell did you make that much money?
Right.
When you're opting out of the COVID and you're getting paid $70 million, and yet you don't want to be here to help us try to win some games. I mean, damn, we know we're not going to the Super Bowl, but you can at least help us out. Instead, you take the money and you run.
And that's
crazy.
Maybe, I don't want to think for you, but a Juwan James reference?
Yeah. It could be someone like Juwan James, offensive
be.
lineman, right tackle.
Yes, kind of important.
They stole the money.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I really can't imagine, because I know how we were viewing that situation as fans and media members, so I can't imagine.
Oh, a lot of players were upset with Juwan. Just the way he conducted himself in the locker room, making it seem like he didn't care, and making it seem like there were times where it seemed like he could play, and he wasn't out there. And it's like, dude, why? But you're walking around the locker room laughing, giggling, and we're getting our asses handed to us. Like, it just wasn't a good look.
Yeah. Well, so that's the dynamic that just simply exists in professional sports. And in terms of J.K. Dobbins specifically, like, we were looking at this guy like the $20 bill that you found in your pocket that you forgot you had from that concert, and you never washed those jeans, and you went in and said, oh, that 20. This guy was picked up in June and was making about $2.5 million. If he hit all his incentives, he would have made $5 million. And I literally remember doing the segment with you at a certain point in the season, probably like during the bye week or something, when we did like, where does J.K. Dobbins' contract stack up with the best contracts in Denver sports?
I remember. I think at the time, was it Christian Brown? It was Christian Brown, J.K., and somebody else.
Yeah,
I remember I remember us having that conversation, and it was, J.K. was the guy.
Yeah, and I actually want to say like Hunter Goodman from the Rockies name came up because he was making $1 million and had X amount of triples and home runs.
It really actually is Hunter Goodman. I'm like, oh, okay. Makes sense.
So, and there was a handful of other guys that qualified for that conversation. You know who would qualify for that conversation right now? Just a quick timeout before we get to the Dobbins stuff. Who in Denver sports would qualify for the conversation of, man, he might be the best contract in Denver sports? And I'm putting you on the spot here.
You know what? I'm going to say Payton Watson.
That's a really good one.
Payton Watson, as of right now. My man's going to get paid a lot of money next year. If it's not with Denver, somewhere else. Hopefully he's with Denver. But that's who I would think. Who's on your mind?
Tim Hardaway Jr.
Tim Hardaway Jr. is another one.
Because Payton Watson, it's a rookie contract, and it's the end of the first round. But it's still a first-round check. Tim Hardaway Jr. is on a vet minimum contract.
That's a bad dude, man.
And coming off the bench and leading all NBA players in made threes for someone who comes off the bench. We just saw him make 8 of them the other night against Oklahoma City. So I think that's one right now. I'm watching him last night. Man, oh my gosh.
6th man of the year. He has to be in the conversation. He has to.
By the odds, he's not as high as you would think. But
you're a big basketball guy. Should he be, though?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Especially if the Nuggets end up a top 3 seed and he's like averaging whatever he's averaging right now. I don't have it in front of me. I would guess probably, 13 points a game, 14 points a game off the bench. Let me see. I'll have it in 6 seconds here. 6, 5. He's averaging 14 points a game. Exactly. Off the bench on a vet minimum contract.
Come on.
Dude, if I'm a vet, if I'm like a potential vet minimum guy for like next year, I don't know how you don't look at the Nuggets and look at Tim Hardaway Jr. and be like, this is my pathway to get paid again. This man's going to get paid again. Anyway, another rabbit hole. Dobbins. New contract.
Yes, $20 million, 2 years, 8 guaranteed. My man's feeling good about himself. He's feeling good. He's feeling great. He's going after people online.
Yes, he is very much online.
I can't wait to interact with him, or the media is going to interact with him at some point and ask him questions, and he's going to be putting everybody on blast or asking them questions. So it's going to be interesting to see how JK and the media interacts.
And already nowadays, when he was like, I'm a Buckeye and I'm a Bronco.
Yeah.
And he's like, I even like you guys. He's like, and you guys were like hating on me. You guys thought I was going to run for 400 yards. And it's like, wow, okay.
Shots fired.
So we'll see how brazen he is with $8 million in his pocket here later this summer. And if his tweets are any indication, it's going to get spicy.
Oh, it's going to get spicy.
But the dynamics have changed. The dynamics have changed. You're not the found $20 bill. You're the plan now. You're the $20 million contract. And I just think that the way that we view Dobbins and the expectations should evolve with the new landscape that he's on.
Oh, Z, it will evolve. It needs to. You're being paid not like a top running back, but you're the top running back of the Denver Broncos. You're getting paid $20 million for 2 years to go out there and stay healthy because, remember, he's going to change that narrative of injury prone and how it's a fluke. All right, well, in order to do that, you have to play all 17 games and more because we think the Denver Broncos can go further this year, or they need to. It's a championship or bust type of year. At least that's on my mind. So now for JK, we sit here and we always say, when JK's healthy, he's a top 5 running back. He's a top 5 running back. Well, top 5 running backs play 17 games so that you can show the world that you are a top 5 running back. Christian McCaffrey has been healthy through a 17-game season and has went to a Super Bowl. That's how you know he's a top 5 running back, right? Gibbs is another one, has been healthy, and he's a top 5 running back. So for JK, enough with the ifs. Now it's time for you to stay healthy and be that top 5 running back that we talk about. So I'm expecting this man in 17 games with the offensive line that's well put together. I wish I could have ran with that offensive line. A lot of running backs wish they could run behind that offensive line. A quarterback that's only getting better every single year. So you know you have a quarterback. You have a bona fide number 1 receiver. You know, argue with your mama about it, but with Cortland Sutton, a defense that's dominant, so you don't have to go long distances all the time. So I'm expecting you to go for over 1,000 yards with 17 games and with everything I just laid out there. The expectations are you're at least a top 10 running back that goes for more than just 1,000 yards. You got to go for 1,100, 1,200 because you have an extra game to do it.
Well, he was on pace for 1,365 yards.
There you go.
I mean, that was going to be a big boy season had he stayed on that trajectory. Really, I mean, one of the more, if he had stayed healthy, that would have been one of the more successful running back seasons we had seen around here in a very long time. Obviously, it didn't happen. And so you're setting the bar like minimum 1,000 yards.
1,000 yards, $20 million. You're the starting running back. You've talked this big game of you staying healthy that you haven't done yet.
I was going to say, and this is, again.
You haven't done it yet, so now it's time for you to do it.
This is where I'm going to be a little bit critical again of the contract.
All right.
Because I told you 2 days ago, like, this doesn't quite add up to me. And I know it made a little bit more sense to you. And I'm hopeful that this is all going to work. But hope, I can't hold that. You know, I can't hold hope. But the Broncos' plan and the $20 million contract is a 0-time 1,000-yard rusher, never completed a season, and you're rewarding him for what he did this year when he ran for less yards than the previous year and played in less games than the previous year. Like when I say it out loud again, it's just like, okay, this is the plan.
No,
I'm crossing my fingers and my toes, brother.
But they're also rewarding him for what it looked like when he was not available. That's what and I brought that up before.
Sure.
Like when JK went down,
sure.
All right, the run game went to,
yep.
We know that.
Yep.
All right, also, when you look at the contract, again, I look at it like this. It's a 1-year contract for $8 million guaranteed. So you're hoping that you can get 1 year out of him. I think in the Denver Broncos' mind, just like all these organizations, they look at it like we're going to front load a contract, and if he does well, we'll let him go into that second year and make that money there. If he doesn't, we get a way out of this contract, give him his $8 million instead of the full $20, and we move on from there. So that's how I'm looking at it as 1 year, $8 million. If you do your part, you can make $10 million this year, and it's good. If you're making $10 million, you're healthy. Everything has been going right. We're probably back in the playoffs. Hopefully, we're in the first. We're the first seed, so we're getting that rest. And so that's the hope. But that's how I look at it.
In terms of games played, I'm not, and I know you said, hey, you got to play 17 games. I'm just going to tell you, I'm not expecting J.K. Dobbins to play 17 games.
$20 million?
I understand. But I have a career that says he has missed more games than he's ever played.
So what are you expecting? Because to me, J.K. has opened his mouth.
Yeah, so I'm so glad you said that. I'm so glad you said that because I'm dealing with reality. Reality says you have played in 47 games and you've missed 54.
Uh-huh.
Okay? Reality says For every touchdown you score, you miss 2 games.
That's a fact.
But he is so calling his shot and is so forceful and honestly, like kind of in people's face about it, that maybe I should meet him.
Well, that's exactly what I think you should do. I know that's what I'm doing. Because if I call a shot, I'm expecting everybody to look at me saying, oh, he's for real. Like, if he says something, we should listen. Isn't that what we do with Sean? Sean calls a shot, and we go and say, well, if he doesn't make a Super Bowl, then what is it?
But the difference is Sean has substance to draw from. He's done it. JK saying that this is a fluke. I'm going to stay healthy, and don't you come back, and you should be a fan for another team. Like, he's so in people's face with it. But it's not rooted in substance. It's rooted in bravado and ego and maybe arrogance.
Yep.
But because when Sean says, I think this team can win a Super Bowl, he can look back at his career and say, yeah,
I've done it before.
I've done it. And the other times that I thought we could do it, man, we were in a position to do it. We fell short. Maybe we got screwed once or 2 times or whatever. He's drawing from substance. He's drawing from reality. That's not the case here. But so most of me wants to say, or think, I don't care what he's saying. I know what the real is. I know what reality is. And this is what I'll base my expectations on.
But doesn't money talk?
No doubt.
Money talk?
Yes,
and then when the guy goes up there and calls his shot, you're going to be looking a little bit more like, okay, like you really are going to do it this year. You're really going to shut all of us up about the injuries. So why would I sit here and be like, I'm going to take it easy on you. And if you play in 11 games, that's great. Like, no. It doesn't have to be 17.
Okay, so how many games?
15.
15.
15 games.
I like this.
That ass better be out there for 15 games.
I like this.
All right, and I know how it goes. I've been a running back, and it's hard to stay healthy. But that's why you don't sit there and call your shot and push people down, because they're going off of what they've seen for the past 6 years, and that's you not available for all 16 or 17 games. It's a fact. So now that you're calling your shot, I'm expecting at least 15 games out of you and 1,000 yards, over 1,000 yards rushing. $20 million, you should get 1,000 yards. You're the head man. You're the head back.
All right, so let's see. In 15 games, we're saying 1,000 yards, right? Divided by 15 games, that's 66 yards per game. This past year, he was averaging, what was he per game here? Okay, I'll just do the math real quick.
It had to be around over 50 yards.
My man was, definitely. I thought it was like 70-something yards. Okay, well, it's 772 yards, and he played 10 games, so that's 77 yards a game. So if he plays 15 games, he should be over 1,100 yards.
There we go.
Actually closer to 1,200 yards if he plays in 15 games with the same production he had this past year of 77 yards per game. Okay, I would take that right now. Are you kidding me?
15 games?
Someone said, "Hey, you're gonna play in 15 games, as long as this is the only caveat, and you probably know where I'm going, that it's the right 15, which obviously is a huge chunk of the season. What I mean by that is he's available for the postseason.
Yes.
Because if he plays 15 games and he's over 1,100 yards and he gets hurt and he misses week 16 or 17 and 18 and you don't have him for the postseason and you're trying to reestablish your identity when the season's hanging in the balance, you're in the same position you were this past year.
Exactly.
A similar position.
No, because what is this all about? It's all about winning a Super Bowl. You have a Super Bowl window because of a good quarterback that's on a rookie deal. So this is why you're bringing everybody back, because you feel like you can run it back, win enough games to get to the postseason, and then make a run for the Super Bowl, get into the Super Bowl. Because, Z, I said it earlier, I'm going to say it again. This is a Super Bowl or bust year.
Yep.
And the Denver Broncos feel like they have enough in the building because they continue to do nothing in the free agency market and sign back all their players. So what that's telling me is you're comfortable and you feel strongly about this year with these guys running it back, and that you guys can win it as long as everybody stays healthy. And honestly, it goes down to the quarterback and the running back. As long as they can stay healthy, they feel like they can win it. And I feel like as long as JK can do what he did last year and Bo Nix can do what he did last year and they stay healthy, we have a great opportunity to go to a Super Bowl and win it.
No doubt. So I think I know how you're going to answer this, because you sort of already have answered it. But what I had here in our notes, it was a question. Would you take J.K. Dobbins' best season as a pro right now? Or would you roll the dice for more? Again, I probably know where you land on this based on what you just said a handful of minutes ago.
Yeah.
But his best season as a pro was really between 2 different years. It's his rookie season where he did play 15 games, ran for 805 yards, but that man averaged 6 yards a carry. So if in that situation, like he's splitting carries, like he'll likely split carries this year to a certain degree. He's going to get the lion's share of it, I would imagine. And then the other sort of quote-unquote best year of his career was his 24 season with the Chargers. 13 games for 905 yards, 4.6 yards a carry, 9 touchdowns. He was 9 touchdowns his rookie year as well. If I guaranteed you that right now, either season, his rookie year when he averaged 6 yards a carry and played 15 games over 800 yards, or his 24 season where he played 13 games, still more than this past year, 905 yards, 4.6 yards a carry, and 9 touchdowns. Would you take either of those 2 seasons if I offered you, slid that deal across the table, or would you say, no, thank you, I'm rolling the dice for more?
I'll be like, ZB, holler at me when you're sober. I'm not taking that deal. The reason why we're going with this 1-2 punch again, R.J. Harvey and J.K. Dobbins, is because we can get the job done. In order to get the job done this year, you have to be available. I'm not taking those yards. I don't care about the yards. I care about the availability. I care about you being productive and being available when it matters the most, and that means postseason too. So I'm going to roll the dice. I want my 15 games. All right, I want him to be available, J.K. that is, in the postseason so that as a fan, we can see a Super Bowl here again. That's what this is all about. That's all matters. We, as fans, deserve to have a Super Bowl, and the Denver Broncos running it back, they're telling us that they have enough to win a Super Bowl and get there. So as a fan, I'm going to believe it. But I want to see the 15 games from J.K. Dobbins. I want to see the 1,000 yards, and I want to see him available in the postseason.
All right. I like it. Makes sense to me. If you guys want to react to that conversation, you can on the RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043. Okay. And you have this thought too. And I'll read one text here, then we'll, if we want to react to it, we can, then we'll shift gears. The fact that this conversation about JK is even happening right now really shows that the Broncos should have never brought him back. And I like Dobbins. I hear you. I hear you. This is why I thought it should have came with a corresponding free agent move. A known, not a draft pick, double free agent. Bring back Dobbins and go into the market, spend in a way that they felt uncomfortable spending. And I hope it doesn't cost them again.
Yeah.
But if it does, and I said this 2 days ago, if it does, you'll never be able to say you didn't see it coming. All right. Broncos tied to A.J. Brown. Brian Baldinger of the NFL Network says there's mutual interest between the Broncos and A.J. Brown.
Bring the book. Bring the book,
Bring the book.
A.J. is going to be reading on that sideline as a Denver Bronco.
That man is hooked on phonics. We talked about this a month ago.
Yeah.
I think it's worth bringing back up. One, I like Brian Baldinger, and he made this connection.
Good dude.
That there's still interest here. But you would also think that maybe the asking price went down a little bit for A.J. Brown, as there has been rumors and conversations, and if he's still with the Eagles, well, yesterday's price may not be today's price. If it was just a first-round pick, all right, and there was rumors that they were looking for a second first-round pick or a first and a second, and I don't think they're going to get that. I don't. If the Eagles are lowering their asking price to a first-round pick, would you trade the 30th overall pick in this draft for A.J. Brown?
Sign me up. All right, obviously, the Denver Broncos are looking for a receiver because they've been tied to a couple receivers that signed somewhere else. All right, they're looking for someone that can bring more dynamic to the room. Now, if you're Troy Franklin, if you're Marvin Mims, you might be hurt. Your ego might be hurt saying, okay, what's wrong with us? Why do you guys continue to look for guys to come in here? And let's face it, they're trying to replace somebody at this point. So with that being said, A.J. Brown, and we've talked about this a month ago, he would be a great addition, a true number one to go with Courtland Sutton. So you have 2 number one receivers, big body receivers. Sean Payton loves those big body receivers.
He does.
With the exact same stats. So you're freeing up not just Courtland Sutton, but you're also freeing up A.J. Brown. For A.J. Brown, he loves the middle of the field. I'm ready to see this offense hit the middle of the field with Bo Nix stepping in the pocket, stepping up, hitting the middle of the field with Evan Ingram, with A.J. Brown, with Courtland Sutton. I'm ready to see more of that. A.J. Brown is that dynamic weapon we're looking for that opens up the game for everybody, opens up the run game, the pass game, particular receivers, when it comes to Evan Ingram, Cortland Sutton, Troy Franklin. We need weapons offensively still, and A.J. Brown brings that. All right, you have a first pick, 30th overall. All right, you're pretty much in the second round. So you're giving up a second-round draft pick.
Well, that's not technically how this works. But
who's seasoned, who has had multiple 1,000-yard years.
Oh, my gosh. The guy's on a Hall of Fame track.
And it's all about the now, baby.
He's had one non-1,000-yard year, and he came in the league in 19. 1,000 yards. He only played 13 games in 2021. That's the only reason that he didn't get to 1,000. He was less than, it was 869 yards. Then it was almost 1,500. 1,450, over 1,000 again. He would represent some juice, and it feels like the Broncos need like playmaking juice.
And think about this before I go ahead and let you answer. Why did the Denver Broncos restructure Quinn Minor's deal if they haven't done anything yet? They just don't have the money just to have it. Why are they going for maybe somebody that's out there that they want to restructure their deal and add more money to the cap?
What are you talking about with that last one?
With the last one, there might be a guy out there right now that the Denver Broncos want to have restructured.
Okay.
For what he may have not did this year, and also to add some money to help out.
Okay.
Why are you doing that? You're doing that because you're getting ready to probably make a big trade and you need some extra money, or you're getting ready to pay somebody. So just put that in your back pocket. Now, I don't know if it's going to be A.J. Brown. I don't.
Yeah.
But you have a lot of rumors going around about A.J. Brown now. All right, you have the Denver Broncos opening up cap space, so they're adding more money so that they can add somebody to this roster. That's the only reason why you would do something like that.
I forgot about the Quinn Miners restructure.
Why do it when we haven't made any moves?
Very interesting. Look at Detective Phil.
I'm digging. I'm trying to dig.
Well, Blue's Clues over there. Phil's on the case.
Hopefully Sean doesn't block me now.
We did think yesterday Sean Payton blocked Phil on Twitter. He thankfully did not. Man, 30th overall pick for A.J. Brown.
Yeah.
We talked about this 3 weeks ago. I wasn't going to go for it. I'm still not going to go for it.
Oh, come on.
I'm still not going to go for it.
You're so hard-headed. You're so hard-headed.
He represents a diva wide receiver, and
Z, they have not made any moves. This would be a huge splash.
It would. There's no doubt. There is no doubt.
This is not a drill.
And it could happen. Brian Baldinger's saying, NFL Network, he's saying there's mutual interest. And if the asking price is going down, I'm thawing out a little bit to it, but the center's still frozen. So we'll see what happens here in time. But I feel like I know, well, I shouldn't say this, but I do not think he's going to be on the Eagles in September. So we'll see how it all shakes out. All right, lost in the blowout win over the Rockets last night was something that was done for the first time in NBA history. Two things, actually. We'll give them both to you next.
Could another former favorite of Sean Payton be a trade option in the Broncos running back room?
If I'm the Denver Broncos and I need a security blanket, an insurance running back, because that's what you're going for now, unless you're going for a younger one that you're going to pay money to, that's why you're trading him. I'm going for Alvin Kamara because he's been a part of this system.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or play. Stop, opt out. Terms and conditions apply to the earnings promotion.
Do you have caregiving experience as a parent, teacher, nanny, coach, or in another similar role? Hop Skip Drive is looking for experienced caregivers who want to help students in their community by driving them to and from school. Earn up to $50 per ride with Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion, all while helping your community. If you have your own vehicle that is no more than 10 years old, a clean driving record, and at least 5 years of caregiving experience, you could become a Hop Skip Drive care driver. Just text ROAD to 323232 to get started right now. Hop Skip Drive gives you the flexibility to set your own schedule and earn competitive pay. It's simple. Drive in your free time and make a real difference for students right in your neighborhood. Don't wait. Text ROAD to 323232 right now. Text ROAD to 323232 and start earning up to $50 per ride during Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion period. That's ROAD to 323232. Text ROAD to 323232 now.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know you can't cook. You're not one of those people who say that they can, but when people come over for dinner, they find out the hard way, you can't. You can't even microwave popcorn, and that's literally just one button. Plus, measuring and patience are huge parts of cooking, and that's just not you. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with a Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
At Belco Credit Union, we want to make your dream renovation a reality. Maybe that means a modern kitchen upgrade or a luxurious new bathroom. With Belco's Home Equity Choice line, you can get easy access to funds with the freedom and convenience of a home equity line of credit, plus the security and stability of a home equity loan. Plus, Belco is also offering low rates for qualified borrowers. Learn more at belco.org/choiceline. Belco is an equal opportunity housing lender. Belco, banking for everyone.
I started my first business when I was 12, mowing lawns for about $5 a yard. I learned if you do the job right, people trust you and customers care that you show up and do what you say you're gonna do. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Doors. From garage door repairs to upgrades, we show up, we stand behind every job. We only use the best parts and spring's guaranteed to last a lifetime. When you care about the people you serve, you work harder and it shows. Call Don's Garage Doors today or schedule online at donsgaragedoors.com.
When it comes to garage doors, no one knows more.
Still haven't filed your taxes? Hey, you're not the only one. A lot of good people fall behind. But here's the thing. The longer you wait, the harder the IRS can hit back. Penalties stack up. Interest piles on. The letters get more aggressive. None of it magically disappears. It's why I always tell folks, call my friends at Advanced Tax Solutions. These are not generalists. They don't dabble in tax problems. They live in this world. Resolving IRS issues is all they do. Maybe you're 1 year behind. Maybe you're 10. Maybe you've got unfiled returns, wage garnishments, bank levies, or you're just losing sleep wondering what the IRS is going to do next. Their licensed tax professionals can step in fast, talk to the IRS for you, stop the stress, and start putting a real plan in place. And listen, waiting never makes it better. Every day you delay is another day the IRS gets to tighten the screws. One quick call to Advanced Tax Solutions, that could be the start of a quick resolution. So take control of your tax situation before the IRS does. Reach out to Advanced Tax Solutions today and breathe again.
Sex, intimacy, love. These three things are critical to a good relationship, and that's the problem with erectile dysfunction. It often destroys sexual enjoyment and intimacy. It stresses the love between partners, often to the breaking point. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're suffering with ED, you likely know exactly what I'm talking about. But I also want you to know that ED doesn't have to impact your relationship anymore. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're ED experts with our focus on men's sexual health. We've treated tens of thousands of men and have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. I promise you, if you're like most guys, you can get your sex life back, perhaps even performing like you haven't in years. So if ED is affecting you, it's time to get back to better sex, better intimacy, and deeper love. Call us. Just $99 gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
When you want a new car, you want it now. That's why AutoNation moves at the speed of savings. Right now, put your tax refund to work at AutoNation. Even drive with zero down plus zero payments till June. No speed bumps, no detours, just great prices on new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Save on thousands of vehicles with zero down plus zero payments till June. Act fast, save now at your nearest AutoNation store. 60-month max term financing on approved credit. Interest accrues from date of purchase. See store for details. Expires 3/31/26.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, two-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health.
Score big. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins.
Jacob's Law and 303 Law 4040, the husband and wife law firm where you don't get passed around to a law clerk or some call center overseas. You always get to meet directly with me and my lovely wife, Kimberly. Go ahead, save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. It's 303 Law 4040.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
Want to partake in our contests? Check out the rules at DenverSports.com.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on ESPN Denver 1600, CSU basketball faces San Diego State with pregame starting at 6:30.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
Every day at 3:30, the drive comes off the top rope to hit you with a 1, 2, 3.
Finally, The Rock has come back to Denver.
Tape your wrists, stretch your spandex, and oil your hair. Here's Zach and Phil with today's 3 count on the drive.
All right, let's come off the top rope with it! 1! All righty. So, lost in the blowout win over the Rockets last night. That was glorious. What a fun atmosphere last night was. There was something done for the first time in NBA history. It's actually 2 things. One, and shocker, they both involved Nikola Jokic. One, shocker. After last night, that was Jokic's 25th triple-double of the season. That means Jokic is the first ever player in NBA history to have 4 consecutive seasons of at least 25 triple-doubles. Russell Westbrook had 3 consecutive seasons, never a 4th. Not Oscar Robertson, not Westbrook, only Nikola Jokic. All right, so that's the first cool piece of history.
And he's been out for a month. Think about what he would have already got to this mark.
It's true.
If he didn't have to be on the bench for a month because of an injury.
It's true. It's true. No, it's a good point. Yeah, he probably would have got this literally a month ago. So he becomes the first player in NBA history to have 4 straight seasons with 25 triple-doubles. And the other piece of history on the more micro level, last night when they went to halftime, Nikola Jokic was the first player in the history of the sport in the first half of a game to have 7 rebounds, 9 assists, and I can't believe this is true, 5 steals last night in the first half for our Denver sports king.
Who said Jokic can't play defense?
Dude, he was an animal. His hands were everywhere last night.
Yeah, he's starting to kind of get in tune with his body again, starting to feel himself. So hopefully this is a great sign. It's a great sign for Jokic, but also for his teammates that we got to start stepping up. We got to start being consistent to help this man out. So 5 steals in the first half.
I mean, that's insane.
Yeah.
And you know what? You know what it created was so many fast break opportunities. This is part of the reason that like the points in the paint are down this year for the Nuggets is because they're not running. And one of the initial things that David Adelman said when he got the job in that introductory press conference is that we're going to slow things down.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've ever heard a new coach say that.
Yeah, you were not too happy with that when David Adelman said that.
No, it doesn't translate well to a regular season of NBA basketball. I know what he was trying to say because he's like the postseason is about half-court execution, and he's right. But you have 82 games to play before you ever get there. And turning down fast break opportunities isn't smart. So when you have those live ball turnovers, right? There's 2 types of turnovers. Dead ball turnover, right? You throw it into the third row. Mm-hmm. Well, we stop play. I get the ball out of bounds. I inbound it. You throw it to me. I'm gone. We're on the breakaway. And that was a huge piece of the recipe for success last night. And Jokic, man, it's a new week, new game, new NBA record.
I'm trying to piece this together because it's Detective Phil. You have Jokic that has 5 steals. The fast break is humming. It's finally going. You got Christian Brown that breaks out and has 19 points. Christian Brown likes to go on those fast breaks. He likes to run and gun. I wonder if that has something to do with it. You start to get these steals, these fast breaks. Everybody starts to get in a rhythm, getting down the court. It helps everybody out. It's helping Christian Brown out. So what I'm saying is they got to do more of this. More fast pace, more steals. Get everybody involved. Damn, I'm good.
Listen to you. Damn, I'm good. Goodness gracious. Next in the 3 count.
You're like, yeah, Phil. That's what they're doing.
Hey, so the Broncos brought back Lil Jordan Humphrey today.
Okay.
Cecil was like, this is a troll move. This is a troll move. Doesn't it kind of feel that way a little bit?
It does. I mean, there's a lot of players out there that you can sign that are just as good as Lil Jordan Humphrey. Now, I will say this. Lil J, he's going to be playing for vet minimum, and he does the dirty work. He is a solid player in this league. He's not a great player, but he's one that you can plug and play. He knows the system like the back of his hand, and he's a camp body. If he does well, if he can be consistent, maybe they keep him. If not, they're not going to have to pay a bunch of money if they decide to cut him.
All right. Next in the 3 count. Where'd that go? There it is.
1, 2, 3.
So Italy bails out the United States last night. They beat Mexico 9-1. Talking World Baseball Classic here. So the U.S. moves on to the quarterfinals and sets up a matchup with Canada. And we are just like all in for the gold medal game not too long ago in the Olympics on the ice. We got great quarterfinal matchups across the board. U.S. against Canada. It's Venezuela against Japan, Puerto Rico against Italy, and Korea against the Dominican Republic this weekend. So tomorrow night is going to be the U.S. against Canada, 6 o'clock on Fox. Will you make time in your weekend to watch USA and Canada?
You know, reports, and Gigi just said this in my ear, that the U.S. is going to get hockey jerseys to wear, not for the game, but just to have.
Are they, actually?
Yeah, there was a tweet out there that they're getting hockey jerseys flown to Houston.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm assuming so they could all wear it pregame.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
All walking into the stadium with the, man, that's some trolling.
That is.
That is some trolling. Yeah, I'm gonna be locked in for this tomorrow night.
Oh, yes. I mean, it's like I said, USA. You don't have to know baseball, although I know a lot of people are going to know baseball, but it's representing your country.
Yep.
What can they do? Can they beat Canada? Can they move on to the next round? That's what you're looking for. I'm going to be all tuned in as well.
Yeah, a lot of the premier players in Major League Baseball all playing this week. I shouldn't say all, but a lot of them playing this weekend. Incredible level of competition taking place. And tomorrow night on Fox, that thing is going to draw big numbers tomorrow night. All right, shifting gears. We have another clue from the past that could have gave us a warning about the Broncos' lack of activity in free agency. We'll explain next.
How many wins do the Rockies need to reach this year for fans to feel good about the direction of the franchise?
What's a realistic number where we're not going to lose our minds if they don't get there, but we're kind of seeing them take these steps in at least the right direction today that might lead to impact tomorrow?
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Every business starts with an idea. With smart business buying from Amazon Business, get everything you need to grow in one familiar place. From office supplies to IT essentials and maintenance tools. Ready to bring your visions to life? Learn how at AmazonBusiness.com.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da!
If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of Essentials. Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. Let's talk about your hair. If you're losing it and desire it back, then do what I did and go see Dr. Tanya Pauls at Advanced Hair Restoration. Their simple one-day treatment offers life-changing results that I can personally attest to. Guys, it's not magic, but close to it. They put hair where you need it the most, and bam, it grows. It's actually science. Advanced Hair has it all. Top-rated Dr. Tanya Pauls, modern technology, and best of all, you get your very own natural hair that begins regrowing the very next day. Advanced Hair even guarantees it to grow for life. So schedule your free consultation today. Call 720-459-HAIR, and you'll get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. That's 720-459-HAIR. Advanced Hair is the winner of Westward's Best of Denver, and they've changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. Become inspired with the before and afters at advancedhair.com. That's advancedhair.com.
Hi, Dan Cicchini with Dunright. Great pricing options and bank financing? You bet. Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors, finished basements, windows, and doors. Done right since 1985. You have our word, we'll treat you right at Dunright. Visit drhi.com. Thanks.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here. I've been around long enough to know the difference between tough talk and real quality, and that's why I trust Gravina's Window Center of Littleton. Right now, get 25% off Infinity by Marvin fiberglass windows. You'll also get 20% off at James Hardy Siding, engineered to resist hail, fire, moisture, even woodpeckers. Invest wisely with 12 months, no interest, and no payments. Schedule your free consultation at Gravina's Window Center of Littleton today. Call them 303-794-0490 or visit them online at windowsforyourhome.com.
Names that rhyme, takes that hit different. Shapiro and Piro is happy hour sports talk built for the modern fan. Local stories, hidden gems, and the mustache monologues you never knew you needed. Weekdays at 3 p.m. on the Denver Sports 1043 The Fan YouTube channel. Subscribe now at Denver Sports 1043 and get in on the action. Denver Sports 1043 The Fan. Denver Sports 1043 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
I think we have another clue from the past that could have maybe given us a warning about the Broncos' lack of activity in free agency.
Another little breadcrumb, huh?
Yeah, just a little Blues clue.
All right.
We'll get to that here in just a second. First, Derek DeLeon. You could be heading to Vegas for the biggest pro wrestling event in the world thanks to 303-LAW-4040. Call us back within the next 10 minutes at 303-713-1043 to be entered into our drawing for the Superfan Send-Off Grand Prize, which is a pair of 2-night tickets to the event, round-trip airfare for 2 from Denver to Las Vegas, 2 nights hotel stay, and a $500 Visa gift card. Derek DeLeon. Call us now at 303-713-1043. Okay, so yesterday we had a conversation, and it was based on something that Sean Payton said last summer when he was asked about free agency. And I'm paraphrasing, but it was something along the lines of, hey, one of the things that made my mom and my dad both happy together is they used to go garage sailing together. And he said we'd get, he said I grew up with 12 couches, through the years, and you get all excited, and they'd bring home a new sectional, and then you'd sit in the left corner, and it would wiggle. And then you realized why that couch was a free agent. And I love the analogy, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I love it. And so that's the way he views it in certain windows, in certain periods of time. Not all windows, not all periods of time. But
just when he feels like it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Just when he feels like it.
And so the Broncos haven't been active here. And I think that when you listen to George Payton from last month at the NFL Combine, sitting down with James Palmer, it might have been a preview of what wasn't to come in free agency. Here is George when asked about getting contract extensions done when they did.
Yeah, really important. I mean, it's credit to Richard Hurtado and Robert Simpson. I mean, we've done, I think we've done 10 extensions in 18 months, 6 maybe since August, $400 million. Just think if we didn't get those guys wrapped up, what we'd be facing. And every offseason's a little like, wow, how are we going to, but if we didn't have all those guys done, just think how more daunting the offseason would be. So really important to get ahead of it. All those players, I mean, there's a lot of All-Pros, Pro Bowl. I mean, there's a lot of good players in that list. And so we're identifying the right players, the right makeup, the right people.
Okay. Identifying the right players, the right makeup, and then retaining them.
Yes.
And so I think in George's head, like what they've already done extension-wise is almost an extension of free agency.
Well, there's 10 of them, 10 players that got paid, that got extended. Well, that's a lot of players.
It's a lot of players.
Honestly, that's the first time, and maybe I'm wrong, but that's the first time that I sat there and watched an organization pay that many of their own players.
Right.
And so when you do that with the thought process of we're not going to have to do a lot of paying during the free agent market. We're going to keep the guys in-house because we know them. They deserve this contract. And there's nobody else out there that's going to be better than them. And that's why you extend a player. In this case, they extended 10 players. And, they got 9 draft picks this year.
Right.
So for them, it's like, man, we have 9 draft picks. So you have 9 opportunities to hit on at least 3 of these players that can be really good for us this year. Do we really want to go into the free agent market and overpay for a player that we know is not as good as the contract we're getting ready to give him? My guess is that's the general manager thought process.
Here's a little bit more from George. When asked about being on the doorstep of the Super Bowl and if it creates a sense of urgency. Again, this is from last month at the NFL Combine.
I think we're always urgent. And again, the season, man, you reset, our team's not going to be the same. So we have to be urgent. And we don't control a lot in free agency. Guys could leave. And so, I think I said in January we're going to be urgent. We're aggressive in our approach. No stone unturned. We're looking at everything. And then yet, you have to be measured and selective and make the right decisions. You can't just go crazy just because you became, 3 points, 4 point, whatever, the Super Bowl. But we'll be aggressive in the approach, but really measured and try to make sound decisions.
Aggressive in the approach, but that doesn't necessarily mean we're going to spend just to spend. And so I'm so curious, and again, there's no way of knowing right now, just how far along some of those conversations got in free agency. But he said, urgency, we didn't really see, a sense of urgency in free agency. Not really.
No, not right now. And I think they were hoping that some of these players were not going to be asking for as much money as they were. For example, Travis Etienne.
Yep.
Travis Etienne, they were really interested. The Broncos were interested in getting the deal done with Travis. Travis wanted too much money, and they were ready to move on to JK. So I think they're just calculated. Their general manager, George Payton, Sean Payton, are calculating what they do, knowing that they don't want to overpay for a player because they got burnt like that last year with someone like Dre Greenlaw or even Evan Ingram.
Right.
You bring in those 2 players thinking that they're going to make a major difference for you. Dre Greenlaw couldn't get on the football field, and Evan Ingram, he was non-existent for majority of the year. He had one good game where he went over 70 yards and had the TD, the touchdown. Other than that, he was not the Joker this year. So I think they got burnt a little bit, and they got scared saying, man, let's not overpay for a guy that we truly don't trust in if we don't want him.
Here's a little bit more from George Payton at the Combine last month, sitting down with James Palmer on how the strong linebacker class could influence their decisions on Singleton, Sternad, and free agency.
Yeah, I mean, those like Alex and Justin, I mean, those guys we'd love to have those guys back. We'd love to have them back. I mean, those, regardless of what's in the draft, these are, we see those guys as Broncos. If we let those guys leave, what do we do? Those are good dudes. And that doesn't mean we can get them, right? I mean, everyone's watching tape. But, you look at both. I mean, when you're getting your plan for free agency, you look at the draft. Where's it strong there? Okay, maybe it's strong, at receiver. Maybe, so it's just, it is a balance, and you do develop your plan. So it is a good question. But with some players, man, you just want to get back regardless of the strength,
Well, we know that they got them back. We'll see. we'll see. Free agency, you said this the other day. It's not like a 3-day window. Like, it's a 3-month window. Yeah. And so the Broncos have been severely inactive. It's frustrating to some more than others.
Yep.
I'm frustrated about the running back position. But the rest of it, again, and I told Cecil this at the start of the show, there's a certain level of trust that this operation, I think, has earned, in a 3 years' time. And I think that to a certain degree, you have to just be a little bit patient because something could be coming, and you brought it up. They restructured Quinn Minor's contract to create even more cap space. Why? To not do anything? That's interesting.
And there's other guys that they want to restructure. And there could be someone, let's just say you just paid Nick Bonito. And you're like, man, we need a little bit more money, Nick. Let's restructure your deal, give you the signing money up front. Who's not going to want to take the money up front? It's not like they're taking away your money. They're just giving it to you quicker than they would with a contract. So there's ways they can go about this. The Broncos can go about this to free up more money if there is something big up their sleeve, if there is something big around the corner. I'll tell you this, there has to be a plan. They're not dumb people. They were one game away from the Super Bowl. There has to be a plan that's in place, and we just need to be patient.
All right. Speaking of free agency, the Broncos chose to obviously prioritize their own players, but not all of them. What player that they let walk has the chance to make them pay the most for it? That's next.
Denver Sports is your home for Broncos free agency. Stay locked into 104.3 The Fan and head to DenverSports.com for up-to-the-minute news on the latest Broncos moves. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Between groceries, travel, and higher prices, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, especially if you're already relying on credit cards to cover the basics. If that debt is piling up, you're not alone. If you're a homeowner, you might have considered reaching out to American Financing, but hesitated because you don't want to give up your low mortgage rate. That's why American Financing created the Smart Equity Loan, a simple, smart way to get your finances back on track without giving up your low mortgage rate. Unlike a HELOC, which can fluctuate with the market, the Smart Equity Loan offers a fixed rate, so you'll have one predictable monthly payment. It lets you use your home's equity to pay off high-interest debt, free up your cash flow, and still keep your existing mortgage intact. There are no upfront fees to find out how much you can save. Call 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
Be advised, this is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa. This weekend only, Friday through Sunday, National Western Complex. Be advised, this is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa. This weekend only, Friday through Sunday, National Western Complex. 18-month interest-free financing. Our factories have demanded we sell 1,000 hot tubs and swim spas this weekend. National Western Complex. Huge factory incentives, factory rebates, this weekend only. National Western Complex. We can remove your old hot tub. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Deep, deep discounts. National Western Complex. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Just relax and enjoy. National Western Complex. Friday, 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Free admission, free parking, free delivery. National Western Complex. Call 833-SPA-SALE or visit hottubandSwimSpaSale.com.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here. Just because it's winter doesn't mean I'm sitting around waiting for the spring. I'm planting the yard, moving dirt, getting things ready for what's next. My friends at Beaux-Arts Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet, they're doing their cleaning right now too. It's the Not So Winter event. Between everyday driving, busy schedules, and everything life throws at you, your vehicle works hard. And if you've been thinking about upgrading, now's the time to clean up your driveway and drive something new. Only at Beaux-Arts Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet. The Not So Winter event going on right now.
I'm Rob Wilhite. A car accident can change everything in a moment. For almost 50 years, my firm has gone up against insurers and won over $1 billion for our clients. If you were hit, don't wait. Evidence fades, witnesses disappear, And the insurance companies know that. We move fast, you should too. Call 303-GOOD-LAW or go to WillHiteWins.com. That's 303-GOOD-LAW or WillHiteWins.com. We're here for Coloradans when it matters most. The Will Hite Law Firm, Colorado Strong. WillHiteWins.com.
The Chase Ink Business Premier Card is made for people who make things happen, like me. I'm Sam, founder and CEO of Manifest, a product design company that makes everyday products designed smarter. I get 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more, plus unlimited 2% cash back on all other purchases, which helps us make more smart ideas into a brilliant reality.
The Ink Business Premier Card. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Stoke here from my team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Through March, when you install a new cold climate heat pump system with my team at ROX, you get a free whole home water filtration system. Cleaner air, cleaner water. Now that's a winning combination. Upgrade your home comfort and take advantage of this huge offer while it lasts, but only from my team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX rocks heating and air.
Questions about youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit organization, develops better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. Info at positivecoach.org.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on ESPN Denver 1600, CSU basketball faces San Diego State with pregame starting at 6:30.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, halfway home on a Thursday as we inch closer and closer to the weekend. It's going to be a very fun one from a sports viewership standpoint, I think.
Big one.
No doubt, no doubt. And we'll talk about the gargantuan game facing the Denver Nuggets this weekend. Massively important. We'll talk about why here shortly. But first, the Broncos chose to prioritize their own players in free agency. But not all of them. All right, not all of them. What player that they let walk has the chance to make them pay the most for it? Real quick, if you haven't heard, one of those guys that they cut was Dre Greenlaw. And at the start of our show, we found out that Dre Greenlaw is signing once again with the San Francisco 49ers. Not only was it not a well, I was going to say it wasn't an on-field fit. It never, we never got to see enough of it.
Yeah.
From Dre Greenlaw to see if it was a fit or not.
From the start, though, OTAs,
right,
camp,
right,
was put on IR before the season even started. Then he gets going a little bit, pulls his hamstring. Then he wants to beat up the ref a little bit, so then he gets suspended. I mean, it was a rough year for Dre Greenlaw.
It really was. I'm wondering, because Sean at the season-ending press conference talked about giving Dre Greenlaw vet days during the week this coming year. And so I think when he said that, I know for some, it was like, okay, Greenlaw's going to be back. They already have a plan for him. And I do wonder if behind the scenes, Greenlaw made it clear that this wasn't working for him. We know at the locker cleanout day, he kind of complained about his experience in Denver and playing for Sean Payton, and that how different he was from Kyle Shanahan, not in a good way, with how he handled a veteran player like him and how often that they were practicing, and that he thought it was kind of grueling. And I just wonder if Sean was like, okay, I can meet you in the middle, vet days for you. And if he was like, still not in love with the situation.
Well, Sean's probably like, dude, how are you going to tell me that these practices were grueling when you weren't even out there?
Right.
For him, it was like, dude, you were on the bench.
Right.
Every time we looked as media, we would look at Dre Greenlaw. He was going in on the other side to go lift. So I think it was more like mutually them parting ways. Sean saying this isn't a good fit for you, and we're not going to lose out on Alex Singleton and Justin Sternad because of you. All right, we know what we have in those two players because they've been around. They're the type of guys we want in the locker room, and we're willing to cut ties And maybe they asked him to restructure, and he's like, look, I'm not restructuring anything. They're like, well, good, because we don't care. We're going to let you go. We're going to let you walk. That's just my 2 cents.
Sure.
Anyway.
Well, at the end of the day,
it wasn't a good fit.
Yeah, the two parties were just not on the same page. And he's going back to his roots in San Francisco, and we'll see how that ages. But between John Franklin Myers, P.J. Locke, and Greenlaw, Phil, who do you think has the best chance at making the Broncos look back and say, man, probably shouldn't have let him go?
You know what? I'm going to say none of them. None of them, Z. And let me start with John Franklin Myers because I really wanted John Franklin Myers back. But also, he outplayed his contract. So we were going to have to bring him back, give him that type of contract when he's only playing 50% of the snaps. It doesn't make any sense to do. Although I love me some John Franklin Myers, you have to make tough decisions. And you weren't going to get rid of Zach Allen. And you drafted some younger players like Q Robinson and a couple other ones that you're looking to take another step in the right direction. Well, in order for that to happen, you have to move on from a vet. That's JFM. And I don't know how much success JFM is going to have on the Tennessee Titans, who's rebuilding.
Right.
So when I'm looking at the games, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, John Franklin Myers is just dominating, because you're going to look at the record, and the Tennessee Titans are not going to be a good team this year because they're still retooling. Other than that, you have PJ, who's been around for 7 years, started on the practice squad when I first got there, undrafted free agent.
What a great story.
And it's a great story. He has made himself some money. He has nickel and dimed. He has made some big-time plays. And now he has a chance to make $5 million with the Dallas Cowboys. But I'm not going to be looking at PJ saying, damn, we missed out on him. He's been here for 7 years. All right, he is who he is. Good for him. Good for him going out there and getting some money. But I think if all these draft gurus are right, they may end up drafting a safety to replace someone like P.J. Locke, who's younger and maybe in the first round. So, yeah, Z, and the other one was Dre Greenlaw. That just wasn't a good fit. So I don't think I'm going to be sitting in my chair this year saying, damn, we missed out on those three guys.
Well, I'll say this. I agree with you about the John Franklin Myers one, especially playing 50% of the snaps. That is, I mean, the bag that he got dropped on his head is insane. $63 million for 3 years, 21 per. Like, that is psychotic.
It's purring.
It is purring, like the pet cat, RJ Harvey. With JFM, like, I get it.
Yeah.
I totally get it. Even if he went out and had 10 sacks, like, I understand why this didn't happen.
Yeah.
Greenlaw's an interesting one. I mean, if Greenlaw's flying around and taking people's heads off again and instilling fear in opposing offenses, like, it will be just like, wait, what? Like,
well, he just stole from the Broncos then.
It's like a gap year of you. Like, so, but again, that's like similar, not the same, but similar to JFM. I just get it. Like, it just didn't work here. The Locke one, PJ Locke can play, man.
He can.
And that dude carved out his own niche by force. And he's really like the poster child of what really the NFL is made up of.
Yep.
It's not all about first and second round draft picks. I mean, what percentage of the league? That's a good question that maybe I can do some digging on. Like, what percentage currently of the NFL is made up of undrafted players?
I would say, oh, that's a tough one. What do you think if you just had to guess? Because there's a lot.
30%.
I'm going to go a little higher than that. I think it's going to be like 37%. Because remember that 1 year, I want to say it was
in the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Yes.
It was the Chiefs versus Niners. It's somewhere around that because the Chiefs win every year except for this year. They had like a stat out there of how many undrafted free agents were playing on both sides of the ball.
And it was half.
So I'm gonna say 37%. I don't know if I'm right.
Okay. I'll see what the old AI says. According to ChatGPT here, about 1/4 of the NFL currently is made up of players who weren't drafted. It says about 25%. So, okay, we'll take that for what it is. The Locke one, though, he was making plays in the biggest games of the year. Like, it was the Buffalo Bills game. He's picking off Josh Allen and taking it 30 yards in the other direction.
Yeah.
And I just wonder about the depth of the Broncos' room at safety. And you mentioned it. Yeah, they could go draft it, that safety out of Toledo that we've been talking about, McNeil Warren. But if one of these guys goes down, and I guess you could say this with a lot of positions, but if there's a reason Hufanga was on a discount when he came to Denver. The injury history. If that peeks its head back up, if there's one guy, and if I was forced to answer the question, like it could be PJ Locke if they suffer injuries to, like if JL Skinner's not ready to play in a big game, could be like, man, PJ Locke would have been great to fill in here. Yes.
One guy that does things the right way. But also you have to think, right, they brought back Devon Key.
Yep.
Devon Key, special teams guru, dominant special teamer. Actually, I enjoyed watching him. I'd watch special teams just for him. But also, when he got his chance in games, he made some plays. Now, not interceptions, but he was in the right spot. So I wonder if they're opening the door for not just the draft pick that they may end up drafting, but also Devon Key to have a bigger role if Hufanga or Brandon Jones goes down this year.
All right. If you want to react to that question, you can hit us up on the RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043. Okay. Shifting gears here. Did the Nuggets show signs of a corrected championship course last night, or is it a false positive? That's next.
With the Broncos still needing to find improvement on offense, is there a particular position that moves to the top of the list?
Top of the list for the draft is trying to unearth that guy, that tight end, that in theory can do both. And I know they're hard to find, and I know this is a thin tight end market.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here. And when you're dealing with joint pain, you don't want just guesswork. You want a real plan. And that's why I send people to Regen RX in Denver. Their professionalism is on another level, guys. The moment you walk in, they're going to sit you down and break everything down for you. Maybe it's the Wharton's jelly to support the joints. Maybe it's the shockwave therapy to wake that blood flow back up. Whatever the case may be, they are going to sit you down and map it out step by step. And you know what? They're not going to just treat you once and disappear. No, not at Regen RX. At Regen RX, they even build a 6-month booster to help keep your results feeling strong. And that's how you know they're serious about long-term performance. But here's the part that everybody loves the most. The consultation is completely free. You heard me, it's free. No risk, no commitment, just real answers. If you're dealing with degenerative joints or pain that's slowing you down, this is your chance to see if their treatments could work for you. Look, if joint pain is still in that explosiveness, your confidence, your ability to keep up with your kids, stop pushing through it. Your quality of life matters. Guys, you matter. So give RegenRx a call today at 303-630-9770 for your free consultation. You can also visit them online at regenrx.co. Again, that's regenrx.co. And let them know that Phillip Lindsay sent you.
Jacob's Law and 303 Law 4040, the husband and wife law firm where you don't get passed around to a law clerk or some call center overseas. You always get to meet directly with me and my lovely wife, Kimberly. Go ahead, save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. It's 303 Law 4040.
Men, we all know how important sex is in a relationship, both for you and your partner. But erectile dysfunction ruins sex, which can often have serious impacts on your relationship as well. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if ED is a problem in your life, you understand the impacts it has on you and the one you love. But I'm here to tell you that ED is a treatable condition, and almost without exception, you can have really good sex again. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men with protocols that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most guys, good sex will be the norm. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a level of intimacy for you and your partner that might just astound you both. It's time to have really good sex again, so call us. Just $99 gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
If you're in love, you're invited to Williams Jewelers Bridal Fest with our special guest, Takori, March 17th through Saturday, March 21st. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Bruce Williams. Come see the latest from Takori and the best diamond prices of the season.
Shop over 500 of the latest Takori engagement rings and wedding band styles, fresh from California.
Plus, listen to this. 3/4 carat diamonds from just $26.99 $12.95.
Gorgeous 1 carats from just $39.95.
And natural 2-carat diamonds from an amazing $13,995. Guys, during Bridal Fest, qualified buyers can get 12 months financing interest-free.
Plus, when you spend $5,000 or more during Bridal Fest, you'll receive a Yeti cooler as our gift.
So join us for Williams Jewelers Bridal Fest with our special guest, Takori.
March 17th through Saturday, March 21st at Williams Jewelers.
Your official Takori store.
Where Colorado shines.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds a part of your life.
The official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com. This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
SodaWeightLoss.com is state of the art, and SodaWeightLoss.com helped me lose 60 pounds a few years ago, and I've never gained the weight back. Why? I know how to eat, what to eat, and when to eat. I had a real nutritionist there to help me along the way through my journey. I joined Soda for a short time to have results that last a lifetime. Call them up, 1-866-800-SODA. You want to lose that weight? 1-866-800-SODA. Online at SodaWeightLoss.com. They are there for you like they were there for me. It's SodaWeightLoss.com. Soda Weight Loss is state of the art.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, two-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health.
Score big. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins.
Denver Sports is your home for Broncos free agency. Stay locked into 104.3 The Fan and head to DenverSports.com for up-to-the-minute news on the latest Broncos moves. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports.
And I'll say this too. There was a bit of and I'm gonna sound like a weirdo, but like when you go to as many games as I have over the course of these years, Phil, and it's literally in the hundreds, you can almost like pick up on a vibe of the arena, and like and I guess it's a goofy example, but Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals back in 2022, the place was ready to party in a way that I've never felt. Now, unfortunately, the Avs didn't give the hometown crowd anything to party about. They laid a complete egg and had to go down and win the Stanley Cup on the road. Last night, there was a feeling of anxiousness in that building. And that's from people that I was talking to and fans that I was talking to and just, hey, what do you think about tonight? And just like the hedging of, what their prediction was going to be and the uncertain nature of it. And I felt it after the national anthem. And
because if you lose that game last night, you drop 3 of them to playoff teams.
Correct.
Like, that's not a great look with a bunch of people that are saying this is championship or bust type of year.
Right. And so the Nuggets, obviously, I mean, it was a fun game to be at. I mean, it was mostly stress-free. Now, the first half was tight. The second half, the third quarter, man, it was gangbusters. That was, and after the game, Adelman called it one of the 5 best quarters of the season. Man, I don't know if I could find 4 better. It was just sensational. They came out of the locker room and rocked Houston in the mouth to the tune of 40-22 just in the third quarter. They dominated them, and it was academic at that point. The fourth quarter was so stress-free. I left a couple minutes early, like, all good. But it was encouraging because Houston is a good team. The last time that these two teams played one another, the Rockets won.
Yep.
And we know for the standings, a game and a half separating the 3-seed Rockets from the 6-seeded Denver Nuggets, it was huge, huge. And the fact that we saw the starting 5, the true starting 5, win a game together for the first time since mid-November.
That's crazy to even think, man.
Yeah.
Woof.
It was just so encouraging on multiple levels.
Encouraging. All right, encouraging. Are you back on, I don't want to say the bandwagon, but are you back on that train of feeling like this team can go and win it all now? Because I told you how I felt 2 days ago, that this team, right, as of during that time, and even now, Z, still has a long way to go, in my eyes, to being a team that can hold up the trophy again. And maybe it's just that we're finally seeing this unit, this starting 5, gel, because this is the third time that they've been together straight, right? Where nobody has been hurt, knock on wood. Now, Jamal went out the first time that they got back together.
Yeah.
But he came back, and so it looked really good against the Rockets. But are you back on the train of, like, they can go out there and do it? And you never jumped off of it, but, like, it's been very blurry.
Yes. I said the parade is out of focus at the moment. That was earlier this week. After that loss to the Thunder, where you had so many things go your way.
Yeah.
And who wasn't available for the Thunder, and they still lost. To your point, I never jumped off board saying that this year is going to be a lost cause, or they're not going to be able to win the championship this year.
You continue to say they can still do it. They can still do it.
They can still do it, and I'm starting to see some of the signs of encouragement, and obviously Jokic. Actually, this is really interesting. Jokic, if you look at the box score, and I'm pulling it up right here, he had a triple-double, his 25th of the year. He becomes the fourth season in a row with at least 25 triple-doubles. That is now the most in NBA history. The most that have ever been done was 3 straight years from Russell Westbrook. But Jokic goes for 16 points, 12 rebounds, and 13 assists. When we came into the year, if you can rewind time and go back to our conversations about the expectations for the Joker, I mentioned I thought his numbers were going to go down.
Yeah, I remember.
Because he had the most help and the most depth to the left and right of him that he had ever had. And I went so far to say there should be a lot of fourth quarters where he's not playing. Now, that's the setup we got last night. I thought coming into the year we were going to have a lot more games like last night than 56-point triple-doubles on Christmas. Right? And because the requirement of Jokic was just going to be reduced because of Cam Johnson, because of, Jonas Valanciunas and Tim Hardaway and Bruce Brown and all those guys. It didn't turn out like that. It hasn't turned out like that. But last night was a peek into what I thought we were going to see and a peek into what still can be with the proper help to the left and right of him. And when you have Cam Johnson going 6 of 9 from the floor, when you have Christian Brown going 8 of 10 from the floor, 17 points for Johnson, 19 points for CB, the lift is just a lot easier.
Oh, Jokic is smiling right now saying, oh, this is easy.
Yes.
This is what it should have been in the first place.
Jokic doesn't want to score 34 points every night, and he shouldn't have to. And on a night where Jamal goes for 30, I mean, how about his first half? He set the tone last night.
Yep.
And so when he's going for 30 and CB and Cam Johnson are holding up their end of the bargain, you win in a laugher in a game where Jokic scores 16 and Aaron Gordon scored as much as I did last night. We both had 0.
I love when you do stuff.
And it didn't matter. It didn't matter.
No.
Because it was a team lift when Jonas Valanciunas is coming off the bench for 12 and Tim Hardaway's going for 14 and Bruce Brown chips in with 7.
Yep.
You get to 129 points with 16 total points between Jokic and Aaron Gordon. Make that make sense.
No, I mean, it was fun to watch. It was fun to watch Cam Johnson have more confidence in his shot, just confidence in general, running up and down the court, finding the pockets that he needed to, just being more of himself. It was fun watching Christian Brown go up and down the court as well, but have more bounce and more confidence in his shot. So It was fun to watch, Z. But even after that game, I need to see more.
Sure.
I want to see them beat the Spurs tonight. I want to see them at least beat the Thunder once before we start the playoffs. They have to do that. They haven't yet beat the Thunder. And so you're looking at this team, and I'm looking at this team, I'm like, hey, yeah, they can do it because they have a bunch of the players that have already done it. But do I truly believe that they will? I need to see this team take it to another level, and they don't have a lot of runway left. They have to be consistent. Consistent will help them win games, but it would also get you beat if you're inconsistent, and that's what I want to see moving forward. I want to see that tonight.
I think we need to recalibrate our expectations for what's going to happen in a few hours.
All right.
I want to talk about why and why I think it's okay because of what comes next, and we'll continue this conversation coming up next.
Tournament time is here, and so is your shot at $5,000. Head to DenverSports.com/bracket to enter our 5K Bracket Challenge, presented by Bryant, Colorado. Think you can pick the perfect bracket? Prove it, but don't wait. Entries close before tip-off on March 19th. That's DenverSports.com/bracket. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? Zach here. Talk about one of my favorite places to be in the entire world, and I'm being sincere. I'm talking about the Basketball Social House Bar and Grill in Centennial. Guys, award-winning food and drinks. Trust me, try the brunch. It is out of this world. But what really sets it apart is that it's the first of its kind sports bar and entertainment experience. Literally the only one in the world, and it's right here in Centennial. And don't get it twisted, this place isn't just for hoopers. Even if you never touch a basketball, it's an awesome spot to eat, drink, hang out, and catch the game. My wife never plays basketball at the Basketball Social House, but she loves going with our family. But if you do want to play, you can book your own basketball suite, all right? Private basketball suite with a court, lounge seating, music, televisions, and more. It's perfect for birthday parties, all right, or just an upgraded night out. It's also one of the best places in Colorado to watch big games with what might be the best happy hour in the state every single day from 7 p.m. till close. You can find them at 7450 South University Boulevard in Centennial, or check them out online at thebasketballsocialhouse.com. And because you heard it from me, get half off your first private basketball suite rental when you use the code HALFOFFHOOPS. Trust me, guys, this place is a slam dunk.
When the Nuggets are knocking down threes, you score too. If Denver hits 15 or more three-pointers, you score a free 28-ounce Gatorade Lower Sugar the very next day at your friendly King Soopers. Gatorade Lower Sugar is scientifically formulated with Gatorade's #1 proven electrolyte blend and has 75% less sugar than Gatorade Thirst Quencher and no artificial flavors, sweeteners, or colors. Big shots deserve next-level hydration. Only at King Soopers.
A family office is a team built to handle the 3 biggest financial responsibilities a family faces: wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning. Most firms only manage your investments and refer the rest out, hoping everyone stays aligned. At Trajan, we built something different. Your wealth tax planning, and estate planning are handled together inside one firm under one roof. There's no guessing whether your CPA, advisor, and estate attorney are truly in sync, because our team works together every day on your behalf. When your financial life becomes more complex, your advice should become more coordinated, not more fragmented. One plan, one trusted team. Call Trajan today, 720-204-8100. That's 720-204-8100.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
Still babysitting your cleaning crew? Missed trash, dusty desks, complaints from staff? Pike Janitorial has served Denver businesses since 1994 with professionally supervised commercial cleaning that gets done right the first time. Offices, warehouses, medical facilities, they show up, handle it, and you don't have to think about it. No excuses, no callbacks. And they'll beat your current cleaner's price by 10%. Guaranteed. Call 303-306-0290. Pike Janitorial. Clean you can count on.
Still haven't filed your taxes? You're not alone, but the longer you wait, the harder the IRS can hit back. Penalties, interest, letters, none of it goes away on its own. At Advanced Tax Solutions, resolving IRS problems is all they do. Whether you're a year behind or 10, their licensed tax professionals can step in fast, stop the stress, and help you get back on track. Don't let another day slip by. A quick call could mean a quick resolution. Contact my friends at Advanced Tax Solutions today and take control of your tax situation before the IRS does.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or place stop, opt out. Terms and conditions apply to the earnings promotion.
Do you have caregiving experience as a parent, teacher, nanny, coach, or in another similar role? Hop Skip Drive is looking for experienced caregivers who want to help students in their community by driving them to and from school. Earn up to $50 per ride with Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion, all while helping your community. If you have your own vehicle that is no more than 10 years old, a clean driving record, and at least 5 years of caregiving experience, you could become a Hop Skip Drive care driver. Just text ROAD to 323232 to get started right now. Hop Skip Drive gives you the flexibility to set your own schedule and earn competitive pay. It's simple. Drive in your free time and make a real difference for students right in your neighborhood. Don't wait. Text ROAD to 323232 right now. Text ROAD to 323232 and start earning up to $50 per ride during Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion period. That's ROAD to 323232. Text ROAD to 323232 now.
What's going on, guys? Phillip Lindsay here. Are you facing an unexpected out-of-pocket expense for your new roof? In 2024 and 2025, 37% of insurance storm claims have gone unpaid. Before you commit a costly full replacement, you need to give Roof Restore Denver a call today. Their roof repair and shingle rejuvenation process can save you up to 80% compared to replacing your roof. They're going to restore the essential oils in your asphalt shingles, extend their lifespan, improve durability, and even enhance curb appeal. Plus, every service includes a 5-year transferable warranty. So give Roof Restore Denver a call today at 720-749-9777 or visit roofrestoredenver.com. Again, that's roofrestoredenver.com.
One iced coffee?
$1, please.
For real? No way. One iced coffee?
$1, please.
For real? No way. What a deal.
Your new morning groove. Iced coffee from McDonald's, any size for just $1 until 11 a.m. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'm Rob Wilhite of the Wilhite Law Firm. A lot of new firms aren't even from Colorado, but we are. For 47 years, we've known Colorado law, we fought for our neighbors, and we won for our community. If you've been injured, call 303-GOOD-LAW.
Hi, Dan Cicchini with Dunright. Great pricing options and bank financing? You bet. Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors. Finished basements, windows, and doors. Done right since 1985. You have our word, we'll treat you right at Done Right. Visit drhi.com. Thanks.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on ESPN Denver 1600, CSU basketball faces San Diego State with pregame starting at 6:30.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, just to continue the conversation we were just having, because it's vitally important. We'll get to it here in 10 seconds. Guys, tournament time is here, and so is your shot at $5,000. Head to denversports.com/bracket to enter our 5K bracket challenge presented by Bryant, Colorado. Think you can pick the perfect bracket? Why don't you prove it? But don't wait. Entries close before tip-off on March 19th. That's denversports.com/bracket. Okay, I'm just going to be real.
All right, be real.
I'm just going to be real.
Am I going to like it?
I do not like the Denver Nuggets' chances tonight. Okay, I was on here yesterday telling you how much I liked Denver against Houston.
You're 3-0. 3-0 anytime you call your shot.
Oh,
Celtics, Lakers, and now the Rockets. And so now you're saying you don't like the chances or the Nuggets' chances tonight. Why?
Well, a couple different reasons. One, I mean, this is what they would call in the NBA a scheduled loss. You know, when you – and really the league probably shouldn't even do this, but when you have a team play at 8 o'clock, okay, that's a later start than normal, okay? The game didn't get over until – the game didn't even start until 8:10. I don't know what time the game got over. I don't recall looking at my phone and as I'm leaving the arena. But just call it, I don't know, 10:30. Those guys are – they're pushing out for San Antonio like a few hours after the game. And Adelman said that they were going to get in to San Antonio around 4 o'clock in the morning. Then you're going to your hotel, and you're going to try to sleep some more. And your whole day is just disjointed, only to turn around and play at 7 here locally. But isn't that 6 o'clock, guys behind the glass? That's 6 o'clock San Antonio time? And so, or excuse me, wait, is Texas, is that? Okay, so 8 o'clock, I'm sorry. So
it's 8 o'clock San Antonio time, 7 o'clock here?
Yes.
Okay.
So your time between games is extreme. And you have someone like Aaron Gordon. You think you're going to see Aaron Gordon tonight?
I believe we will not see Aaron Gordon tonight.
You're not going to see Aaron Gordon tonight. You're not going to have him play a second night of a back-to-back.
Smart on the Nuggets to do that. Protect AG at all costs.
Yes. And you have a team in San Antonio that's just sitting there waiting for you. You have less than 24 hours between the game. You were flying through a tube in the sky overnight. It's just unnatural. And I think that you actually could see an approach from Denver that anyone who's got a little 50-50, like Jamal rolled his ankle 3 games back, you might sit him. Cam Johnson has been a little bit banged up. You might sit him. Aaron Gordon, you're not going to see him. So I just think that I just don't like the Nuggets' chances tonight. But here's what I'll say. I am far less concerned about what happens tonight in San Antonio than I am at 6:30 Mountain Time on ABC on Saturday night against the Los Angeles Lakers at Crypto.com Arena. That game right there is one of the single biggest games left in the Nuggets season. If you look at the standings right now, okay, Denver last night moved from the 6th seed to the 5th seed.
Yeah.
All right? They're the 5th seed because they own a tiebreaker over Minnesota. They have the exact record as the Minnesota Timberwolves, but they own the tiebreaker. That's huge. Should they get tied up with the Rockets in the standings by season's end, you now own the tiebreaker because of what happened last night. That's what made last night, a part of what made last night so important. And then you have the Lakers. And if you win on Saturday, you'll own the tiebreaker against the Lakers, the Rockets, and the Timberwolves, which you could all tie with. Look at the standings. They're so jammed up.
Yeah. Now, the Lakers, it's 1-1 against them. The Lakers beat us once. We beat the Lakers not too long ago. So
Correct.
It's tied.
Yeah, last Thursday. And so that game on Saturday is massive. So if you win it, you have tiebreakers over the 3 teams that you could potentially be tied with: Houston, Minnesota, and Los Angeles. And then you start looking up. Wait a second. You're a half game out of the 3 seed. If they take care of business on Saturday, go ahead and pull the rest of the Nuggets schedule up. On Tuesday, they're going to play the Philadelphia 76ers.
Yeah.
They've been banged up. Then you're going to play a bad Memphis team, Toronto, Portland, at Phoenix, Dallas, Utah, a payback game against Golden State, Utah again. You have an opportunity here. Even if they drop this game tonight, okay, you win on Saturday, you can go on a run against teams that you should be favored in almost every single night, and go into the postseason with some momentum. And Phil, there's just enough runway. There's just enough runway for these guys who haven't played together since November.
The starting five you're talking about.
They're starting five and reintegrating Payton Watson, which should be happening within the next week.
Man, I can't wait for that.
There's just enough runway for this team to figure it out. And I know it's been a disjointed season, and I'm saying, hey, the championship parade is not quite in focus. If you get your full complement of guys back and you're able to go on a run, I know I said this earlier in the week, but we got to remember, for as calamitous at the end of last season was, when there's fighting in the locker room and guys are talking to Ramona Shelburne from ESPN and the coach is getting fired, GM's getting fired, you were in a Game 7 with the champions.
Crazy.
So there's just enough time for this team to figure this thing out, which is why I never let go of the championship rope. Said they still can do this, and they still can.
So OKC right now, we're talking about seeding, we're talking about records. OKC 51 wins right now. San Antonio 48. So are we trying to get the number 3 spot? Is that the goal? Is to be number 3?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I don't think you're going to catch San Antonio. Well, I know they're not going to catch San Antonio.
It's going to be hard.
But you can catch the Rockets. You're a half game back. And so with a tiebreaker. So yes, the path to the 3 seed, it's not only real. I'm expecting the Denver Nuggets to be the 3 seed in the Western Conference playoff picture. Why is that historically important?
Why is it, Z?
Because almost every single champion comes from a top 3 seed. You have to go back to the mid-1990s. I think I mentioned this yesterday. You have to go back to the mid-1990s to find an occasion where a champion came outside of a top 3 seed. And that was the Houston Rockets with Hakeem Olajuwon, Clyde Drexler, Kenny the Jet Smith, when they swept the Orlando Magic. That's the last time a non-top 3 seed went and won the championship.
Ooh-wee.
So you're already trying to avoid historical barriers like the 40-20 rule.
I was just thinking of that. Like, you already have that going against you if the Denver Nuggets.
Yes.
And now you're trying to race to get to that 3 seed so you're not the odd man out.
Right. So, like let's just say like the Nuggets are the 5th or 6th seed the way that they are right now and the way that they were yesterday morning. You're telling me that this is going to be such an exceptional team that you're going to avoid the 40-20 rule, which has real historical value, that only 4 teams since the advent of the three-point line have won a championship
Doesn't look like a team that can do it.
Without winning their 40th game before losing their 20th. Nuggets just won their 40th game last night. They're sitting on 26 losses. They weren't even close to that. And then if you couple that with a non-top 3 seed, you're just, it could happen, but you're just fighting too much history, in my humble opinion. So getting that top 3 seed, I think it's historically significant.
Z, and if we're talking about it and you're breaking it down like that, you know David Adelman, the crew, the players, they also understand what they need to do.
Totally.
These games are huge. Starting with the Lakers, they must beat the Lakers. And then you have this room where you have beatable teams where if you handle business, you may end up with some organic rest on the way there.
Sure.
And then at some point, I would love to see them still beat the Thunder once before the postseason starts. I want to just see that just to say you can do it, right? It's a psychological thing of like, you can do it. You've done it before. And so it's still there. It's right there. It's blurry. It's really blurry for me. And honestly, man, my left eye is blurry anyway. So, but with the starting 5 together, Payton Watson getting back in the mix at some point here soon, if they can catch fire, get on a rhythm, David Adelman, adjusts the right way like he did, and you described it earlier what he did against the Rockets, making slight adjustments there.
Yeah.
They have a chance.
Well, let me just recap that real quick, and then we'll
Please
move on. I thought one of the biggest moments in the game last night was at the very end of the second quarter, and the Rockets have a 2-for-1 scenario. So you can go down, take a shot, go back on defense, whether you get scored on or not, you know you're going to have another additional possession. Call it a 2-for-1. But you got to hurry up. You got to go quick. And David Adelman launched a double team, probably in the way he should have 2 nights before against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, to be honest. But they launched that double team in Durant's face before he got to half court. That made it screwed up the Rockets. It disjointed the possession. The game was like within a 4-point game at that moment, whatever it was. If it was 1 or 2 possessions, I forget the exact score. But they launched that double team before Durant got to half court. It made the whole possession disjointed, and the Nuggets get the ball back, and that's when Christian Brown hit that massive three going into halftime. That right there, just watching how the team responded, and I don't know what was shown on camera or not,
hype.
but they were so excited to come back out of that third quarter, and they started the third quarter the way that they ended the second quarter. And I just thought that was like a micro little adjustment from David Adelman, for as critical as we've been with some of his moves, substitution patterns, challenges, should have doubled, all this stuff.
And that was fair criticism.
It was. But if we're going to do that, then I want to make sure circle back and say, man, that was a really awesome sequence that created some real momentum that you then parlayed in that third quarter. So,
well, you heard it from ZB. You only hear it on the drive. That much detail. It's all about. Mark always used to tell me, it's all about the details, baby.
Mark Ingram?
Mark Ingram. Yeah. The details.
Well, it's good stuff, man. I thought last night was super encouraging. We'll see if they can parlay it tonight with some of that organic rest, but definitely the emphasis is on winning that game on Saturday and potentially going on a run. I think they're going to do it. All right, shifting gears here. Tonight is a preview of the most likely matchup for the Avalanche in the first round of the playoffs. What's the number one thing to watch? Also, we'll be looking at J.K. Dobbins through a new lens in 2026. What's the initial forecast? We'll get to all of that as we're on the doorstep of 40 consecutive minutes of commercial-free sports talk coming up next.
Could another former favorite of Sean Payton be a trade option in the Broncos running back room?
If I'm the Denver Broncos and I need a security blanket, an insurance running back, because that's what you're going for now, unless you're going for a younger one that you're going to pay money to, that's why you're trading him. I'm going for Alvin Kamara because he's been a part of this system.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Save $10 on a pair of Rain X Latitude wiper blades at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Our professional parts people will even install them for free.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Here's a tale of Linda trying to lose weight, but the med prices she found were all over the place.
Hidden fees and markups made her jaw drop low. Then she found Good RX. Now she's in the know.
GLP-1 subscriptions FDA approved.
With clear upfront pricing.
And same-day pickup.
That's Good RX, the no-nonsense way. Save time and money on prescriptions.
Get to goodrx.com/weight loss. GoodRx is not insurance.
Go from daydreamer to industry leader with Amazon Business. From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at AmazonBusiness.com.
Everything is getting more expensive. Gas, groceries, and especially rent, which can go up every single year. But as a homeowner, you have a secret weapon. While the world gets pricier, a fixed-rate mortgage stays exactly the same. That stability isn't just peace of mind, it's your family's financial foundation. American Financing understands home ownership creates wealth. Every monthly payment builds equity and stacks your net worth on autopilot. It's how the middle class actually wins the long game. Your home is a flexible asset. You can live in it, rent it out for passive income, or pass it down to your children. Renting gives you none of that. American Financing salary-based mortgage consultants can help you get pre-qualified with no upfront fees. Call American Financing today and get a pre-qualification letter in 24 hours or less. Call them at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or online at AmericanFinancing.net. Secure your rate, build your wealth, and get the cash you need. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, two-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health.
Score big. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. For over a decade, Bluebird Windows and Doors has been servicing the Front Range with products built to withstand Colorado's unpredictable weather. Bluebird's Sunrise Collection windows are built to last a lifetime and are backed by strong warranties. Buy one window and get one 50% off through March 31st. And mention you heard about Bluebird from me, Mike Evans. You'll save an additional 5%. Enjoy the outdoors through energy-efficient Bluebird windows. Visit gobluebirdco.com. Bluebird Windows and Doors. Make today a Bluebird day.
303 Law 4040. Want to share one of the best compliments we've ever received. Had a listener call in to 303-LAW-4040. His name was Peter. His wife was viciously attacked in a dog bite incident, so we set up a time to have him come in, and I met with him at length while his wife was recovering at the hospital. A couple days later, my wife recognized the number. She had spoken to Peter before. So when the phone call came in, she said, Peter! It was actually Peter's wife. She said, how did you know? She said, well, we love our clients. She was just surprised that we recognized the number. We had her come in, we met with her, and she says, I feel like we're your only clients. It's really awesome. We're not your only clients, are we? No, they're not our only clients, but what a compliment that our clients feel valued and that we treat them with such a high level of service. If you ever need us, that's the type of service you will get too. It's Jacob's Law, 303-LAW-4040. That's 303-LAW-4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it.
The Terry Wickstrom Outdoor Show is broadcasting live from the Great American RV Show and Off-Grid Expo at the Colorado Convention Center, Saturday, March 14th from 9 to 11 a.m. with 400-plus 2026 RVs, off-grid adventure rigs, and the latest gear to fuel your next escape.
Hey guys, it's Mark Schlereth. I just made one of the best decisions of my life. I got rid of my glasses. I went to Cutarelli Vision and had refractive lens exchange, RLE. I wore glasses for distance vision, but I got to that inevitable point in life where I was always needing those reading glasses just to do about anything, and half the time I couldn't find them. Seeing menus, texting, reading my computer, or studying film, it was a struggle. But now I see the world perfectly, near and far, without any glasses, thanks to Cutarelli Vision RLE, the perfect permanent solution to spending your good active years not needing reading glasses. And here's the cherry on top. You'll never develop a cataract. Dr. Cutarelli is Colorado's most experienced with over 90,000 vision correction procedures. You can trust him to know if it's the right time for you and RLE. Schedule your free Zoom consultation at coloradorle.com. Cutarelli Vision, RLE, no readers, glasses, or contacts, or cataracts. coloradorle.com.
Some people pay $100 a month for phone service. Text Now gives you 5G without the 5-figure commitment. Unlimited talk, unlimited text, unlimited freedom to switch things up. Try Text Now today.
Stream Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Powered by Advanced Tax Solutions. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, rolling downhill here on a Thursday, March 12th. Appreciate you guys rocking with us today. Inching closer to the weekend.
We go.
So we got a bunch to get to here. Tonight is a preview of the most likely matchup for the Avs in the first round of the playoffs. What's the number one thing to watch tonight? Also, I want to get into a conversation about J.K. Dobbins that we planned on having yesterday and just got caught up. And so we rolled it over to today, looking at Dobbins through a new lens in 2026. Before we do that, Dennis Falcon, you could be headed to Las Vegas for the biggest pro wrestling event in the world, thanks to 303-LAW-4040. Call us back within the next 10 minutes at 303-713-1043 to be entered into our drawing for the Superfan Send-Off Grand Prize, a pair of 2-night tickets to the event. Round trip airfare for 2 from Denver to Las Vegas, 2 nights hotel stay, and a $500 Visa gift card. Dennis Falcon. Call us now at 303-713-1043. Okay, so the Avs in Seattle tonight, which even that sentence just always, it like unconsciously brings me back to the 2023 postseason. When heading into Game 3 as the reigning champions in the first round.
Is that why you were just shaking right there like you were just battered?
Yes, I'm battered. Yes, I'm flinching.
What's wrong with you?
Well, in this case, it's actually appropriate because, man, I was just so convinced, Phil, that the Avs were going back-to-back.
Yeah.
This was the first round against an expansion team. With, by the way, Drew, correct me if I'm wrong, back in 2023, that was against Philip Grubauer, who was playing for the Kraken at the time when he had been with the Avs just a couple of years before, right?
Yeah, it was 2 seasons before because Darcy Kemper came in and took over for Grubauer, who they left available for the expansion draft, and Grubauer went to Seattle and became the Kraken goalie, and is still the Kraken goalie.
And still the Kraken goalie. And so, but the reigning champs in the first round against an expansion team, it just...
And they were dominant. Like you said, they were dominant during that cup run, 16-4.
16-4 the previous postseason. And so, yeah, and then going into game 3, Val Nichushkin goes missing. And that whole thing, still to this day, shrouded in a lot of mystery. And I'm not even going to get into it.
Crazy, man.
The whole thing is just, it's still so, like, whatever happened to that woman?
30 for 30 at some point is going to have to come out with it.
Dude, the Seattle newspaper was trying to find that woman. They can't, like, the whole thing. A bad man took my ID, and then you just the whole thing just gives me
the heebie-jeebies.
It does.
Yeah,
it does. So anyway, it's this is the most likely first round matchup. Speaking of that first round matchup in 2023, it's the Kraken that will likely be locking horns with these Avs. And it's obviously the rematch of that 2023 first round, which was a Game 7 loss. And if there's one thing, you're talking about giving me the heebie-jeebies or being battered, it's the Avs going to a 7th game because the Avs have lost.
How many have they lost in Game 7?
A professional sports record, 7 consecutive Game 7s.
That's insane. That stat right there is insane. That right there, we got to stay away from Game 7s.
Yes. It's the most in Major League Baseball. It's the most in the NBA. It's the most in the NHL. And so, anyway, what are you watching for tonight? Like, where will your eyes go? What's at the top of things to watch?
Yeah, of course, the Avs should win this one. They should be motivated. Nate Dogg should be motivated. He's coming off a suspension. He been ejected from the game. He didn't like it. He's going to be back on the ice. All right, the Avs end up losing to the Oilers. All right, so now there's a little bit more motivation, a little bit more anger. So it's time to get right back on track. Now, when you're watching this game and you're diving deep into it, what I want to see, what Uncle Phil wants to see, is the defense. All right, also on the special teams, the penalty kill, because the penalty kill has been off since the Olympic break, and they have to start going yet again so that we can really get going on the power play. We can really get going on the penalty kill when the postseason starts. But defensively in front of Wedgie, who's going to be between the pipes tonight, I want to see more of an effort. Because against the Oilers, there was way too many times, at least 3 goals, where Blackwood was just sitting there by himself. Not his fault, but just by himself. Him, a bunch of white ice, and the enemy. And so this game here, I want to see the defense be more detailed. Brent Burns, I want to see what he does because he didn't have a good game against the Oilers.
He did not.
Even Devon Taves and Kale at times were just out of place. Like, get back to the fundamentals. Get back to what you guys do best. Help your goalie out. Wedgie has been great. With a capital G ever since the Dallas game, and he had to be put in there. So can they help on the blue line, their goalie, Wedgwood?
I like it. You bring up special teams. Obviously, we've been talking a lot about special teams.
Yeah.
The Avs on the penalty kill coming out of the break, as you mentioned, hasn't been close to good enough. Hasn't been close. In fact, if you just reset all the stats to post-Olympic break, the Avs would be one of the worst penalty kill teams in the NHL. That is conveniently who they're going up against tonight in Seattle. The Kraken are 31st on the penalty kill. All right, so when the Avs are a man up, all right, and obviously that's been a huge theme of the season. It's gotten better. It's gotten a lot better. The Avs have scored on the power play, in 4 of the last 5, I want to say? I think it's 4 of the last 5 with the one in between being the 0 for 5 performance with a shorthanded goal. But the power play has been better coming out of the break. There's been some adjustments. We've talked about it.
Little tweaks here and there.
Yep, little tweaks. And so when the Avs are a man up, you're going against one of the worst penalty kill units in the league. So I'd like to see the momentum on the power play continue tonight against one of the worst teams when they're a man down. And then obviously, flip it for all the reasons that you said. When the Avs are a man down, it's been one of the worst in the NHL coming out of the break. It's got to get better. This will be the second of 3 meetings here in the regular season between Seattle and the Avs. Colorado won 5-3 back on December 16th, McKinnon had himself a game, 2 goals and an assist. For whatever reason, Nate, he plays well against everyone, so I don't want to isolate it just to Seattle, but he does feel like he shows out a little bit against the Kraken.
I want to say 5 goals in 12 games against the Kraken, and he's just feeling himself.
How many assists was it?
It was it 14? I want to say 14.
Yeah. 5 goals and 14 assists in 12 games against Seattle.
I mean, that you're feeling yourself. That's kind of how I felt every time I played the Chargers. I said I was feeling myself. Like, go ahead, give me the ball, coach. I'm going to go for 100. I'm going to go for a hundo. Come on now.
Love it.
You know, I'm also looking for Val to continue what he's doing because it seems like he's kind of been on a heater ever since we've talked about him maybe being a part of that trade with Kadri, and it got back to him, and maybe Chris McFarland himself went down and said, hey, buddy, we were close to trading your ass away. We need more out of you. All of a sudden, he said, coach, say no more. And ever since then, Val has been on a heater. He has been doing his part, whether it's shootouts, whether it's the power play.
Yep.
He's been a valuable asset, and he needs to continue this because we're going to need him in the postseason. We all know that. And then Kadri, what does he look like? Now, is he going to be on the first line tonight, Drew? Do you think that's going to happen with Kadri, second line? I know that Betsy wants to start messing around with him at the center position again, but I don't know if that's going to happen until they start being healthy.
Yeah, Kadri's probably going to play on the wing tonight with Netchus and McKinnon because you don't really have a lot of options where you could put Kadri where you're kind of moving guys around because you're so shorthanded right now.
Okay.
All right,
what
so
does that look like?
yeah, so we'll look out for that. And in terms of Val, and I remember mentioning this after he didn't get traded and the deadline came and went, and you knew that Kadri was coming back, but Val was staying. There had to be a bit of some pressure lifted. If you think your whole life is about the move and all you've known is well, I shouldn't say all he's known as being a member of the Avs, but you got to go back years and years to when he wasn't a member of the Avs, and just knowing that you're staying home, like there's got to be a certain comfort with that. And so yeah, he's played really well here as of late. And then someone else, Marty Netchus, dude,
Party.
This dude coming out of the Olympic break has been phenomenal. Like one of the 4 or 5 best players in the sport coming out of the break. And so. I'm looking at his game log here since the Olympics in Italy. 2 points against the Mammoth, 2 points against the Wild, 2 points against the Blackhawks.
Come on.
3 points against the Kings, a point against the Ducks, 4 points against Dallas, a point against Edmonton. There's been one game since the Olympic break where Marty Netchus hasn't registered a point. And so he is scorching hot. One of my favorite Avs to watch. And
let me see that abs.
grip that abs.
Grip that abs.
All right, this is KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. We are coming with it, and we are coming for it. It's Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, and we are the Drive.
Woo! Let's go, Z. Let's go. This is game time. Lock in. Lock in. Actually, I have a question. It's a question because you're like the dictionary for me. You know, I
like
always...
the dictionary for you?
Yeah.
We're in trouble.
You know, I say a lot of words on here. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. So I've been saying came and gone a lot. Is the right way to say it came and went? Because you like to say came and went. I'm saying came and gone. What's the right way?
They both work.
Okay, all right. I'm making sure I'm okay.
As long as I know what you're trying to say, we're normally good.
I'm like Coach Prime. Not everything's gonna make sense now.
So
all right, we're on the same page.
We're on the same page.
I got
you. So we'll be locked in tonight. Nuggets and Avs. Nugs at 7. Yep. Avs at 8. Then we have obviously free agency going on. No one alerted the Broncos that it started. They're
still sleeping.
They have taken care of all their homegrown guys. All right. I'm not freaking out. One of those homegrown. Well, I'm disappointed that they weren't more active at the running back spot.
Yep.
Outside of that, I'm not freaking out. It does feel like something's coming, though. It does feel like something's coming.
Why do you feel that? Just the atmosphere, like what's going on?
Well, you brought it up earlier in the show. Like you restructured Quinn Minor's deal.
Yeah.
It's not to not do anything. And I just wonder if there's going to be a trade that comes down that maybe you see coming, maybe no one sees coming. We were talking about candidates in the running back room yesterday.
Yeah.
Could it be someone like A.J. Brown? We'll get to that here in just a couple minutes. Brian Baldinger saying that there's mutual interest between both parties. Baldinger of the NFL Network.
Something is brewing unless, George is like, hey, look, Greg Perrin doesn't want to extend me, so I'm gonna save some money for myself. I'm gonna open some cap space for myself.
Well, it's actually funny. I was driving home last night and listening to Denver Sports Tonight, and they had Marilat on, who said his conspiracy theory. This is next level. This is next level.
What's going on with Jay?
Right. He said his conspiracy, and hopefully I get this right, is that Sean Payton is purposefully not being active in free agency because if they brought in a bunch of new weapons that Davis Webb had success with, it would make Sean Payton look bad. So he's giving him all the same groceries to work with and in order to protect his play calling image.
You know what, James? He's infuriating sometimes, but he always has a reason to why he feels and thinks the way he does. And it makes a little bit of sense. I mean, it's like, okay, if you're Sean, it's like, and we've been talking on this station, like, hey, maybe Sean wasn't the one that just said, I'm going to step down. Maybe he had a little bit of help.
Well, yeah, we both believe that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, okay, so Sean's like, if you guys want me to step down, then I want to see Davis Webb do the exact same thing I did and more with the same tools.
See, I just can't go there. I just don't think that's how this works. I mean, you're the head coach, so you're going to wear the wins and losses anyway. So, there's that phrase, cutting off your nose to spite your own face.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense. You're the head coach of the Denver Broncos.
James.
Now, could there be some push and pull once we get into the season with this stuff? I'm almost expecting it. So we'll see with that whole conversation how this evolves. But in terms of Dobbins, obviously Dobbins is the guy that they brought back.
Yeah.
Wanted to talk about this yesterday. We just didn't get to it. So like it or not, in professional sports, we judge your performance oftentimes against what you're making.
All about the Benjamins, right?
That's just how it is. That's professional sports. That's what we do in this job. That's how fans view it. That might even be how you guys look at it in the locker room.
It's definitely how we look at it in the locker room. If you have a teammate that just got paid the bag, right, $20 million a year, you're like, okay, you're gonna show out. You're gonna be the biggest reason, or one of the biggest reasons, why we go to the Super Bowl. All right, the vision is you. That's why you're getting paid the top dollar. That's why quarterbacks get paid so much money, because you all know, we all know, they all know that if you don't have a quarterback, you don't have a chance to win a Super Bowl. So you have to pay the boss so that he can continue to do what he's doing, right? So with that being said, as a player, you're looking at a player that's getting paid this money, and you're like, all right, what can you do? And if you don't do well, you're sitting there saying, man, you stole from the franchise. You stole from the organization. And you're upset because you said, damn, this guy right here is working his butt off, should be paid more, but he's not. And they have a vision for you, and they're willing to cough up that money. What's going on? So, yeah, Z, it's talked about all the time in the locker room. Money is, the root of all evil. You know that.
Well, sure, it's just the root of all evil.
It's evil.
Just shoehorn in at the end.
Oh, people get upset with it.
Well, and in pro sports, it's all known, right? It's not one of these things where typically you don't know how much you can have a frame of reference with how maybe someone lives their life, but even then it can be deceiving. Even then, you don't know if they're looking for that last dollar to make that Range Rover pay. So even then you don't know.
Make them holler for $1.
But in pro sports, we do know.
Yeah.
It's all public. And J.K. Dobbins, the finances surrounding J.K. Dobbins have evolved here. And when we were at our midseason, grading this past year, J.K. Dobbins not only was my team MVP, but we had a conversation about, hey, where does this guy's contract stack up as the best contract in Denver sports, the best bang for your buck contract? And when you're getting paid $2.5 million and are capable of making $5 million, and you're the fifth leading rusher in the NFL, and the guys to the left and right of you on that list are making 10, 15, 20 million.
It's a steal.
It's a steal. That's who Dobbins was. Now, not to say that Dobbins is now going to make $20 million, but he got a pay raise, and he got a 2-year, $20 million contract. 10 per year, 8 guaranteed. Our expectations for Dobbins have to rise because he's going from that $20 bill you found in your pocket in June that like you forgot to wash that pair of jeans after that concert.
He was not the plan going into this.
No. And then he just assumed control of the running back room, making NFL couch cushion money. Well, that's different now, and I wonder how our expectations will change with Dobbins considering the new landscape.
Oh, my expectations are sky high. All right, for multiple reasons. One, yes, he is getting paid the big bucks now. $20 million, although 8's guaranteed, so it's pretty much a 1-year deal, 1 year, $8 million. But if you go out there and you do your part like you're supposed to, you can make all $20 million. That's what they want you to do. That's what we need you to do. We need you to be productive this year. With that being said, I'm expecting JK to be healthy for more than half the games. I'm expecting JK to go out there and go for over 1,000 yards because you play 17 games. All right, you have one of the best offensive lines in the business, and you bring back Ben Powers, who, by the way, is a good run blocker, a great run blocker, and has got better in the pass game or pass blocking. You have a quarterback that's getting better every single year, so that's helping you out. You got a receiver in Cortland Sutton, who's a bona fide number 1 for the Denver Broncos. That's helping you out and opening things up. You got Sean Payton, who's been very creative, but now you got Davis Webb, who's going to take this offense to another level. So I'm expecting, hopefully, I'm expecting a lot from J.K. Dobbins. That's why they're bringing you back. That's why they decided not to pay Travis Etienne, because they feel like they have everything with J.K. Dobbins. So when I'm looking at what J.K.'s doing, all right, I'm looking at, hey, not 10 games, but you need to be healthy for at least 15 games or even more. Let's go 17 if you can. You need to be available for the postseason. You need to put up those yards. And now you have to prove it, and now you have to go out there and shut a lot of us up because you decide to go at a bunch of fans on Twitter talking about how your injuries are flukes. Well, it's not a fluke when you get hurt every single year and it's a severe injury. Simple. It's simple, and it's okay. It's not his fault. It's not his fault that he's getting hurt, but it just happens.
Yeah.
It's no fluke.
It's a reality. And actually, I was having a conversation last night with my buddy Troy Rank down there at the Nuggets game.
Yeah.
It's like, and we were talking about Dobbins popping off to these people on social media and really like being aggressive with it. And honestly, like if he's, I don't want this to sound mean-spirited, but it's just the real, okay? It's just the reality. He's insisting in people's faces that these are fluke injuries. The reality is, if he stayed healthy for an entire year and you examined his career, the healthy year would be the fluke year. Because you've been in the league for 6 years. You have played in 47 games and missed 54. That means you have missed more games than you have ever played in. For every touchdown you score, on average, you miss a little over 2 games. And again, to reiterate your point, he didn't choose this. It's not his fault, but it is the reality of the situation.
Yeah.
And I don't know about, Phil, you saying like it's 17 games. I just
it has to be more than 10.
I agree, but I like that 15 number. 15 and healthy for the postseason. To think that someone who has always been hurt every year of their career is going to play in every single game, Angels in the outfield, it could happen. It could happen.
No, for sure.
But I'm not betting on it. But the Broncos kind of are betting on it in a way. And so 15 games, 1,000 yards.
He's calling a shot.
Healthy for the postseason. Yeah, and that's yeah.
That right there is what puts fans over the top of like, you put a bullseye on your back. And so now if you don't get to the 15 games and you're not healthy enough for the postseason, what's going to happen next? You're going to have a bunch of people going after you. And now what? You're going to play the victim card after calling your shot? Like, that's why, for me personally, it's like, yeah, you might get fatigued of people always talking down about your injuries. But, like, the Broncos look at you and view you as a great asset, and that's why they paid you.
That's why it was confusing that the day of the deal, within that same 24-hour window of you getting this 2 years, $20 million deal, the first thing that he did was turn around and start going at Broncos fans on social media. You have to see that stuff and be triggered by that stuff, you have to be wading into those waters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have to be a lot of those tweets, Phil. He wasn't tagged.
I know. So what does that mean?
That means he's searching his own name in social media. and you're aggressively going at fans. And I just have always said, like, you're never going to win going at the fans that support you, telling them, hey, cheer for a different team now. Wait, so you're now the judge, jury, and executioner of the Broncos? You've been here for 5 minutes. Like, so I just don't think that's smart. But within that, you are so aggressively calling your shot, you are creating a bit of a bullseye, to circle back. And his plan, mark my words, his plan, if he does stay healthy, is to circle back.
Oh, he's going to circle back.
He's going to circle back to those fans, and he's favoriting all these tweets, so they're like bookmarked, and he can. But just know when you go about it like that, those same fans will circle back to you
and bookmark what you're saying.
Right.
So yeah, nobody wins in this.
No.
Just like, to me, it's just like you got what you wanted. Another opportunity to be a Bronco. You feel like you're a Bronco, JK? Well, you're a Bronco. The Denver Broncos themselves value you, and that's why they're giving you this deal. $20 million, 8 guaranteed. All right, that's a hefty amount of money for a running back who has not been healthy for a full season yet. So go out there. The expectations are for you to go out there and help this team win a Super Bowl. Go out there and be the best version of yourself, because we sit here all the time and say, hey, when he's healthy, when JK is healthy, he's a top 5 running back. Well, guess what? A top 5 running back stays healthy enough for us to say and declare that he was that top 5 running back. So you have to stay healthy for a season or at least 15 games. All right, great sample size, and be available for the postseason, because that's all that matters for us to sit here and say, yes, he is a top 5 running back. And yes, he did help the Denver Broncos win that Super Bowl.
Well, I'll say this. This past year, he averaged 77 yards a game, right?
Good. That was great.
It was good. It's
great.
Really good. He was just sensational. So fun to watch. 77 times 15 means he's going for 1,155 yards. I'd sign up for that right now. I would not roll the dice for more, considering his history.
You said 15 games?
15 games. I would say, honestly, if you said, and you're probably not going to want to hear this, but if you said, hey, he's going to play in 13 games.
Mm-hmm. That's 3 more than he did this year.
Mm-hmm. If you said, hey, he's going to play in 13 games, but he'll be available for the postseason, and he's going to miss, approximately a quarter of the season, he's going to miss 4 games, I'd sign up for it right now. I'd probably take 12. If you said healthy for 12 games and healthy for the postseason, I would sign it. That's probably my line of demarcation. If it's lower, it's like, no, I'll roll the dice for some more. But
2 years, $20 million, 8 guaranteed. We know what he can do when he's healthy. We know what it looks like when he wasn't available. The Denver Broncos were not good running the ball. So I'm looking for JK to be at least 15. It's 15 for me, Z. Not 12, not 13, not 14, 15. And, of course, you need to be available for the postseason.
Yeah.
All right, it's time now. Time to show all of Broncos country that those injuries were a fluke, and make a lot of Broncos country eat their words for saying that they didn't want you back or they should have never signed you back. This is your chance, your moment to show us.
It is.
That you can stay healthy for these games and be a valuable asset and get us to that damn Super Bowl. That's all that we want is a Super Bowl.
No, totally. And I think everyone in Broncos country should hope that in 2 years' time, J.K. Dobbins has collected $20 million from the Denver Broncos.
Yes.
That means he's available. That means he's hitting incentives. So all that. In addition to this conversation, talking about the offense and maybe some juice, Brian Baldinger of the NFL Network says there's mutual interest between the Broncos and A.J. Brown. One, do you believe that?
Yes. Yes, I believe. We've been talking about A.J. Brown for a long time now, but also, all right, look, the writing's on the wall with the Denver Broncos. They've been paired with a couple of receivers in the free agent market that they were looking for, that they were interested in. So what that's telling me is the Denver Broncos are interested in one another receiver. Now, I don't know if it's just a slot. I don't know if it's an X receiver. I don't know what it is, but they want another receiver to add to that room for more weapons. Isn't that what we've been asking for? More weapons at the tight end room, receiver room, and, of course, the running back room. And so, yeah, I do believe you have A.J. Brown that the Philadelphia Eagles want to get rid of. Obviously, they want something in return, and he could end up being a Denver Bronco.
Well, my guess is, because this has been discussed, we talked about this 3 weeks ago, and I was not going to do it, but the landscape has changed a little bit here in that I think that if the Eagles were getting what they were looking for A.J. Brown, they would have done a deal already. That's my hunch. And much like the Max Crosby deal. Like, you get 2 first-round picks, like, boom, done deal. Now, obviously, it wasn't a done deal. We found out later.
Turn sender.
But I don't think that the asking price 3 weeks ago is what the asking price is now. And I do believe Philly would want to move on from A.J. Brown. And just for the thought exercise of it, if the price is a first-round pick, and it was the Denver Broncos first-round pick,
close my eyes.
The 30th pick, not an additional second-rounder, certainly not a first-rounder, just in a vacuum, A.J. Brown straight up for the Broncos' 30th overall pick. Do you do it?
Sign me up. I'm giving the first-round draft pick. You want ZB2? We'll throw him in there as well. I want A.J. Brown as a Denver Bronco, and I would never give you away, Z.
I'm the player to be named later. Okay. Those old baseball trades.
Yeah. No, I'm willing to give up the first because it's about the now. You have Bo Nix on this rookie deal that we always talk about. We have Bo Nix that needs to stay healthy this year for us to get to a Super Bowl. Well, how do you do that? All right, you help him out by JK being healthy and also adding weapons around him. Having A.J. Brown in the building, a guy who has been there, done that, has the experience, has won a Super Bowl, has almost the exact same stats as Cortland Sutton. So you have 2 number 1 receivers. That's taking pressure off of everybody. It's taking pressure off of Bo Nix and having to force a ball to Cortland Sutton. It's taking pressure off the run game, but it's also helping the run game out. It's taking pressure off the offensive coordinator, Davis Webb, because he has more options. He has more weapons out there to play with. So I would love to have A.J. Brown a part of this Denver Bronco community, a part of the Denver Bronco family, right? There's a brotherhood over here with Broncos country.
Don't. Yeah, you know I don't like using the
Family
word
on 3, baby.
family. No. There's no family in pro sports.
I feel you on that. So sign me up. I'll give the first round because the first pick or first round, 30th pick in the NFL draft is almost a second-round draft pick. Almost a second-round draft pick. So that's how I'm thinking of it. We're getting a seasoned vet who has had multiple 1,000-yard years, and it's another weapon for Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos. Sign me up. What do you got? What do you got to say? Come on. Come on.
Well, A.J. Brown certainly would be an injection of some juice offensively. There is no doubt. I just get scared off with what else comes along with that.
What do I always say? If somebody gets scared, you go to church. See?
Well,
why are you getting scared off with this one?
Well, you know why. What do you mean?
Why? My man reads a book. You're reading. You read a lot now. You're criticizing this.
I do read now. I've actually finished. Now, I'm not reading, but I'm listening.
Right.
I'm listening to audiobooks, which after doing some research, and I got this got Twitter poll written all over it. Like, does listening to an audiobook classify as reading a book?
I would say yes.
Most of the answers and from the academics say yes, because your brain is still having to process just through your ears, not your eyes. So it's just one of the other 5 senses that is having to take in the information and just process it a different way. Now, I find sitting down reading like laborious because I'm a busybody. So what I do is I put the AirPods in and I do stuff. I go for walks. I do laundry. I'm doing dishes. While listening to a book. And I've knocked out 2 books in 1 month.
See,
and one of them, one I just got finished with. It's I'm gonna embarrass myself here.
Well, you told us about one of them. You said everybody should read
The Silent Patient.
This is The Silent Patient.
Yes, which is being made into a movie with Jake Gyllenhaal and Anne Hathaway. I found it. I was just enthralled by it, just completely consumed by it.
And so this book number 2 is
book number 2. And again, I know how I sound because my wife says I now live with a middle-aged housewife. I just read this book, The Last Mrs. Parrish.
Okay.
The Last Mrs. Parrish. It was also not equally enthralling, but just
it sounds like a chick flick. If it was a movie,
in some ways, it could be viewed like that.
Okay.
But it also is turning into a movie.
All right.
They're filming it right now with Jennifer Lopez.
Oh.
And
okay.
so
I'll have to tune in.
So me and A.J. Brown, we share a kinship with our love for books.
That's it. My man wants to read, educate himself, get better, and you don't want that.
Oh, my gosh. He's just a headache, Phil. If he's not happy in a championship scenario leading the team in targets, it just makes me nervous The Broncos have been very selective with who they're inviting into this culture.
Of course, they have not made any free agent moves yet. So obviously, they're really, really selective on what's going on.
Yeah, they are. And I just wonder, you know, and there's a phrase, one bad apple can ruin the bunch.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to see that happen in the wide receiver room where it becomes as much about A.J. Brown, and then you get into this agenda play calling because you know he's going to freak out if he doesn't get the football. And I just don't know if I want to wade into those waters. But I'll say this. I do think that the cost is changing of a potential deal like this. And we're talking about this because Brian Baldinger of the NFL Network says there's interest between these two. Yeah. He was on with the guys from DNVR and said that. And like, okay, I don't think Brian Baldinger's just making that up. And if the Denver Broncos, like who have built up a lot of trust here in the last 3 years and how they've operated, if they're willing to go down that road.
Well, they were going to do it with Stephon Diggs.
You're on it.
You know, they were already going to go and test those waters out. And
Yep.
we know how Stephon Diggs can be.
Correct.
And he was actually a great asset to Drake May last year.
He was.
And helped him out. for year
1,000-yard
one.
receiver. They go to the Super Bowl. And typically these guys are on their best behavior in year number one.
There you go.
And so I'll say this. When we had the conversation for the first time about 3 weeks ago, I was frozen solid on the topic.
No.
And now I'm thawing out a little bit. The center is still frozen. So at this time, I would still say no thank you to A.J. Brown. I think you can find juice another way. But, again, if the Broncos are legitimately going down this road, I don't know. I just think we should pay attention to it.
We definitely need to be paying attention to it. It could be a headache, but you know what you do when you have a headache? You take some Advil, some Aleve. That's easy, right? What else? Ibuprofen.
There you go.
I took some just a second ago. And then if you're scared that he's going to be a locker room menace, you go to church. You pray that everything goes right. We need more weapons, playmakers. That's what I want. Bring me A.J. Brown, baby.
All right. We'll see how it all shakes out. We'll see if there's any legs to that report there from Baldinger. All right. Can the Nuggets upset the Spurs on the second night of a back-to-back? We'll tell you what you need to know about this matchup coming up next.
How many wins do the Rockies need to reach this year for fans to feel good about the direction of the franchise?
What's a realistic number where we're not going to lose our minds if they don't get there, but we're kind of seeing them take these steps in at least the right direction today that might lead to impact tomorrow?
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Hey, John, why so glum? I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. Mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
How can you free your team from time-consuming office tasks? Amazon Business. Smart business buying tools enable buyers to find and purchase items fast so they can focus on strategy and growth. Free up your teams and focus on your future. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly
Auto Parts.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here, and I've learned to grind through injuries and keep moving forward. But now that grind is becoming a breakdown. If you're ignoring joint pain, you're just waiting for a surgery you don't want. At Regenerex, they use your body's own biology, like stem cells, PRP, shockwave therapy, to repair the damage and get you back in the game. They focus on regenerating the joints, not just masking the symptoms. So you need to give my guys over at Regenerex a call today and schedule a free consultation. The number is 303-630-9770 or visit regenerex.co.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson, paid for by Action Matters.
Attention families of loved ones in nursing homes, whether past or present. If you believe your loved one suffered abuse or neglect while living in a nursing facility, listen closely. You may be entitled to significant financial compensation. Across the country, nursing homes have been cited for unsafe conditions, understaffing, and failures that put residents at serious risk. Physical abuse, emotional abuse, medical neglect, malnutrition, and unexplained injuries can happen when facilities fail to protect those in their care. If you believe your loved one suffered abuse of any kind while in a nursing home, you may have the right to pursue justice. Speaking up could help protect your loved one and prevent the same harm from happening to others. Call our Nursing Home Abuse Helpline now for a free and confidential claim review to see if your case may qualify for substantial compensation. Call now. Time to file may be limited.
Call 800-711-4497. That's 800-711-4497. 800-711-4497.
This is Terry Wickstrom. Are you looking to buy a home that fits your senior needs? Consider a home equity conversion mortgage for purchase. With this innovative financing option, you can use the equity in your current home or savings as the down payment. With the FHA HECM loan, you may be able to buy a higher value home and keep substantial cash for savings. For more information, call Mike Raven at 303-396-2804 or go to madrivermortgage.com.
NMLS number 1504779.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, two-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health. That's why I made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer.
Score big, save 25% off all primetime functional trainers, home gyms, and racks. Work out on your schedule on the equipment you choose from the safety and comfort of your own home. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins.
You want to be happy, but how? This is Glenn Jameron, Chairman of the Alpine Bank, member FDIC. First, imagine yourself in the center of a room. There are doors that surround you. These pathways lead to the next step of your life. So you decide to walk through a door. Once inside, your life feels different. You feel a little happier. You're surprised to see this new room has another doorway to yet another room. You ask yourself, should I move forward again? It's your choice. The reason I share this story is because all of us have hundreds of different pathways we can follow. Some bring pain, others happiness. Standing still does nothing. So today, when you see a new door ahead, a new pathway, decide to move forward. Commit to happiness. Alpine Bank, committed to Colorado and you.
Hey, Brandon Stokely here. Winter might be hanging on, but you know Colorado, warm one day, freezing the next. And trust me, summer is coming in hot. Beat the rush with an early bird air conditioner tune-up and inspection for only $49 from Rocks Heating and Air. They'll inspect your system and keep you cool when everyone else is scrambling. Call ROX Rocks Heating and Air today and schedule your tune-up before the end of March. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on ESPN Denver 1600, CSU basketball faces San Diego State with pregame starting at 6:30.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Can the Denver Nuggets upset the Spurs on the second night of a back-to-back? We'll tell you what you need to know here before tip-off in just about, call it 20 seconds. Hey, Alan Pickett You could be heading to Las Vegas for the biggest pro wrestling event in the world thanks to 303 Law 4040. Call us back within the next 10 minutes at 303-713-1043 to be entered into our drawing for the Superfan Send-Off Grand Prize. A pair of 2-night tickets to the event, round-trip airfare for 2 from Denver to Las Vegas, 2 nights hotel stay, and a $500 Visa gift card. Alan Pickett. Call us now at 303-713-1043. Okay, so the Nuggets played last night against the Rockets. It was a signature win. Okay, it's one of the 5 best wins of the season. They absolutely cracked the Rockets.
Dominated.
And that was an important win. They now own the tiebreaker against Houston. They went from the 6th seed to the 5th seed, and the reason that was possible is because they also own the tiebreaker with the Minnesota Timberwolves, who lost also a huge game last night. And it's not too early to start scoreboard watching because of how log-jammed the Western Conference is. The Clippers, after trading Zubac, after trading James Harden, the Clippers just keep winning games. And they not only beat Minnesota last night, they beat them 153-128. Just absolutely dismantled them.
Beat the brakes off.
The Clippers are riding a 3-game win streak and are 6-1 in their last 7 games. Kawhi went nuts, went for 45 points. He has been a first-team All-NBA player this year, arguably the best year of Kawhi's career, which is saying something because he's already a Hall of Famer before the season ever started. So you own the tiebreaker over the Timberwolves. You own the tiebreaker over Houston. And if they win Saturday against the Lakers, they'll own the tiebreaker against Los Angeles. Again, considering how completely logjammed the Western Conference is, those would be the 3 teams that they could potentially tie with, and they would win the tiebreaker over all 3 of them. So massive win last night, huge game on Saturday. This game tonight.
How you feeling?
I don't like how I feel.
Well, why? I mean, we just got done beating the brakes off the Rockets. All right, there was a bunch of built-in rest, organic rest because of that. So Jokic, Jamal Murray, AG, I don't know if he's going to play. It's a back-to-back. They should be fresh. They should be ready to go. They should be locked and loaded. And they're going against Wemby, who I believe is going to play. He has a sore ankle, but he may end up playing.
I think he's going to play.
So, you should be able to get up for this game, right?
Well, you say they're fresh. I mean, are they? It's the second night of a back-to-back. They didn't get into San Antonio until around 4 o'clock in the morning. And then you get to your hotel, and by the time these guys are laying back down, for some of them, I'm sure it's 6 in the morning, you know? And I don't think you're going to see Aaron Gordon tonight. I think you could see the organization say anyone who's nicked up at all, you're not playing. The emphasis has got to be on beating the Lakers on Saturday. You're not catching San Antonio. There's just not enough time.
San Antonio, 48 wins right now? You just got the 40 for the Denver Nuggets. You just got the 40 wins last night.
Yeah, there's not enough time left in the season. So the dream of the 2 seed, it's just forget about it. But you can get to the 3rd seed. And the win on Saturday is going to be a lot more important than the win here tonight. So this is what they would call just in the NBA a scheduled loss. And the Spurs are freaking fantastic. They've won 5 games in a row and make it 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Dude, they're 16-1 in their last 17 games. So I'm not saying it's impossible because it's not. I mean,
Jokic is probably going to play. Jamal's going to play. Christian Brown's going to be out there. You said maybe Cam Johnson, maybe not if he's dealing with something. AG, I'm pretty sure he's not going to play. I mean, we have to keep him healthy at all costs. You're going to have Tim Hardaway Jr. coming off the bench for you. You know, Julian Strawther may see a lot more time tonight because some guys might be down. So they still have a chance to win. And honestly, Z, I want to see 2 wins put together. I would love, and I know AG's not going to play, but Cam Johnson and Christian Brown to continue this consistent play that they had last night. All right, I want to see more of that from Cam Johnson where he's more confident in his shot and stepping into his shot. CB doing the exact same thing defensively, but also he started to find his groove a little bit on offense last night where he had 19 points. Can they have another night like that when you're going up against a tough San Antonio team?
Well, it would be surprising to me. I'm not saying it can't happen. I just generally don't have a good feeling about it because of some of the circumstances involved and what I think the emphasis is going to be on over the next 2 games. It's Los Angeles. It's not the Spurs. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong for sure. San Antonio, like I said, they're scorching hot. The teams are meeting for the second time this season. It was a nail-biter back in November 29th, a couple days after Thanksgiving. The Spurs won 139-136. All right? The question whether Wemby is playing is the biggest question of the evening.
Yeah.
And I have to mention this too. Last night, the Denver Nuggets got organic load management.
Yes.
None of the starters played in the fourth quarter. All right? It was a laugher. I know the set of circumstances are tough, but if the Nuggets are going to pull this off tonight in upset fashion, it will be because they did not play at all in the fourth quarter. You look at some of the minutes last night. Aaron Gordon, I'll keep him out because he's not going to play. Cam Johnson played 25 minutes. Jokic played 30. Jamal 31. Christian Brown 26. So all the minutes are way down.
Yeah.
And so by them not just winning, but how they won in blowout fashion, I'd say they have a 10 to 15% better chance to win tonight in San Antonio than they did if it came down to a clutch time win or something like that. So we'll see. We'll see. And I hope Wemby plays too. Because I'm gonna watch the game. I want to watch Victor Wembanyama. I want to watch this guy. What Wemby's doing right now, I think, and I don't think this is too sizzling of a take. I think we're watching the greatest defensive player in the history of the sport. Full stop. Better than Hakeem, better than Shaq,
Could you see
better
him
than
being
Ben
the
Wallace.
best player in the world at some point?
Definitely.
Not just defense, but all around.
1,000%. Phil, on certain nights, he's already the best player in the world. In that league, the players are so great. Some nights it's Kawhi, some nights it's Jokic, some nights it's Wemby. But there could come a time that he just fully assumes the mantle. I mean, this young man is so special. The God-given gifts, but then the heart and the fire in that young man's belly. He's just getting started. And so I want to see him play. I mean, there was a game last year. Was last year Wemby's rookie year? Or no, that was his second year. This is his third year in the NBA. There was a possession last year to end the game. It was Nuggets Spurs, one possession game, balls in Jokic's hands, right where you'd want it. And the Nuggets literally did not get a shot off.
I remember that game.
To try to win the game because of Wemby's length was so bothersome to Jokic in a way that, I'm just unfamiliar seeing. And San Antonio ultimately won 113-110 back in January of last year. And the young man, Wemby, I call them psychological blocks, that there are so many guys that turn down opportunities to get their shot blocked. And they do U-turns. And if you counted those as blocks, he would have 16 blocks a game.
I mean, CB did it last year.
He did.
I want to say
dramatically so. Yeah.
Yeah, he's driving down there, and I'm like, okay, he's gonna try to take it up on Wemby, and he sees Wemby and says, okay, let me do a U-turn and go a different direction. I mean, I can't imagine having to go up against Wemby and how tall and lengthy that man is, and he's fast too. To be so lengthy and it has so much more body control, it's amazing to watch.
It really is. He is so special. All right, we'll see if we get that news on Wemby here officially. We'll pass it along to you after the commercial break. Also, tonight, we get a preview of the Avs' most likely first-round matchup in the playoffs. What do you need to know before the puck drops? It's next.
Denver Sports is your home for Broncos free agency. Stay locked into 104.3 The Fan and head to DenverSports.com for up-to-the-minute news on the latest Broncos moves. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, gentlemen, let's be honest. Most of us are great at ignoring signs. We feel tired, we're dragging through the day, we're not sleeping as well, the workouts aren't as productive as they used to be, and we just chalk it up to, man, I'm just getting older. But for a lot of guys out there, those are classic symptoms of low testosterone. And guess what, guys? I'm here to tell you that my friends at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic are here to help you out because they're experts in treating low T and other men's sexual health conditions. They treated tens of thousands of men across Colorado, and this year they're helping guys go even further with their 4 targeted body composition plans, featuring GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1, PDA, and more. All designed to boost the energy, support metabolism, and enhance recovery. And it's also going to help you accelerate that fat loss. You heard me, that fat that you're dealing with will go away in a jiffy. Finding out is simple too. All you need to do is go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com, take the 2-minute low T quiz, then schedule a consult where they're going to draw your blood and have the results within 30 minutes. The appointment is $99, which will include a medical consult, a T and PSA test, and if you start treatments on the day of your appointment, the visit is free. You heard me. The visit is free if you start treatments on the day of your appointment. They also have 5 locations out there to serve you, so there are no excuses, gentlemen. Go get treated. You can go to Fort Collins, North Denver, Central Denver, Castle Rock, and Colorado Springs. Don't ignore these signs any longer, guys. Give Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic a call today at 720-440-7900 or visit RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. That's RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
High five! Up top!
Dave's company just got the 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Yeah! It's 5 years of gig speed internet, advanced security, and a great rate that won't change. All from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
Heck yeah!
He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread.
Yes!
The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee. Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping. Woo!
For a limited time, now through March 29th, switch to Comcast Business to lock in your rate for 5 years and get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Or ask how to get started with 150 megabit internet and Security Edge for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Don't wait. Call today. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. Paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account required. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge, excluding taxes and fees.
Jacobs Law and 303 Law 4040, the husband and wife law firm where you don't get passed around to a law clerk or some call center overseas. You always get to meet directly with me and my lovely wife, Kimberly. Go ahead, save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. It's 303 Law 4040.
Colorado families, planning your next getaway just got easier. Explore real RVs, compare bunks, kitchens, storage, and layouts all in one place. The Great American RV Show, March 12th through the 14th at the Colorado Convention Center. Tickets just $12 online at greatamericanrv.show. Family adventures start here.
I lost 60 pounds a few years ago with sodaweightloss.com, and it's never coming back. I am never gaining that weight back because I learned how to eat, what to eat, and when to eat with sodaweightloss.com. You can join Soda for a short time that have results that last a lifetime. Call them up at 1-866-800-SODA. That's 1-866-800-SODA, or go online to sodaweightloss.com. And I lost those 60 pounds, and I'm never going back because of the personalized touch that sodaweightloss.com gives you with a personal nutritionist that's always available via text when you have questions, you have concerns. Sometimes you just need encouragement on your weight loss journey. Have a friend there. Have your personal nutritionist there for you. It's sodaweightloss.com. It's changed my life. I look and feel 10 years younger, and I love it. You'll love it too. Go to sodaweightloss.com. Again, call them up, 1-866-800-SODA. Join Soda for a short time to have results that last a lifetime. It's sodaweightloss.com. SOTA is, say it with me, state of the art.
Be advised, this is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa. This weekend only, Friday through Sunday, National Western Complex. Be advised, this is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa. This weekend only, Friday through Sunday, National Western Complex. 18-month interest-free financing. Our factories have demanded we sell 1,000 hot tubs and swim spas this weekend. National Western Complex. Huge factory incentives, factory rebates, this weekend only. National Western Complex. We can remove your old hot tub. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Deep, deep discounts. National Western Complex. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Just relax and enjoy. National Western Complex. Friday, 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Free admission, free parking, free delivery. National Western Complex. Call 833-SPA-SALE or visit hottubandSwimSpaSale.com.
You can't always predict what's next, but you can be ready for it in a BMW SUV. The performance-driven X1 comes built for every journey. while the X3's sporty design and innovative technology keep your drive connected. The X5 blends performance with a commanding presence, or make it even bigger with 3 rows of luxurious seating in the X7. For every road, there's an X built to drive it. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at Denver Sports 1043 to stay up to date on all your local teams. Denver Sports 1043, The Fan. Denver Sports 1043, The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Tonight we get a preview of the Avs' most likely first-round matchup in the playoffs. Talk about what you need to know before the puck drops. Before we do that, tournament time is here, and so is your shot at $5,000. Head to DenverSports.com/bracket to enter our 5K bracket challenge presented by Bryant, Colorado. Think you can pick the perfect bracket? Go for it. But don't wait. Entries close before tip-off on March 19th. That's DenverSports.com/bracket. Stopping by, friend of the show, Anil Opiro from DenverSports.com. What up, AP? Oh,
how we do?
There he is.
It
there he
says
is.
on Dante, I think, is mad about my comment about doing the show tonight with him from yesterday. So he muted me there for a minute or so. But
okay, Dante.
I am good. Busy, but as I was telling you guys, busy is good. Nice Nuggets win last night. Broncos country pounding their head against the wall. A lot to chat about.
There's no doubt. Question for you, real quick, before we get to this, the Avs-specific matchup tonight. Are you like me that when you see the Avs in Seattle, you still get flashbacks of 2023? First round, Kraken, Val going missing.
Yeah, I would say so. And I think part of it is because I know there's been some new pieces that have gone in and out, but the core is still largely intact, right? You still got McKinnon, you still got McCarr, Nichushkin, who I know was the big question mark with his situation and how that played out in the series. But it felt like that was the one that got away, and I heard you talking about it earlier on the program of like you felt like they were going back-to-back.
Definitely.
I think that was the general sentiment amongst most Avalanche fans as well. Team was a wagon in the regular season, and for it to end on that sour of a note, I think it still kind of lingers.
Against an expansion team.
Yeah.
First and only time in NHL history, an expansion team was beating the reigning Stanley Cup champions.
Crazy.
And it came in a 7th game, which has haunted this franchise for years. 7 consecutive Game 7 losses, most in all of pro sports, Major League Baseball, NBA, NHL.
A lot of heartbreak.
No doubt. And you have to go back to 2002 to the last time that the Avs won a Game 7. So hopefully they can avoid that this postseason and just take care of business in a way that they did in 2022, where the average playoff round was a gentleman's sweep, 16-4 on their way to a parade. Tonight, we know that the Kraken are most likely going to be the Avs' first-round matchup, all right? And this is the second of 3 meetings in the regular season. Colorado won 5-3 back in mid-December against these Kraken. McKinnon had 2 goals and an assist back in that game on December 16th.
Yep.
Seattle's not very good. They've lost 3 in a row. They've lost 5 of 7. The Avs coming off a loss, Phil. If they have the right approach, which my guess is they will, they should take care of business tonight.
Oh, they're going to have the Avs that is a professional approach. Nathan McKinnon coming back from being ejected, like you said, losing to the Oilers, they're going to be upset. And also on top of that, when you look at Seattle does not have the firepower and the star power that the Avs have. Seattle struggles to put the puck in the back of the net. So as long as you have the guys on the blue line playing well in front of Wedgie, because Weggie's between the pipes tonight, they're going to be just fine. And Nathan McKinnon, like you said, he's coming back, and he has owned the Kraken. 5 goals, 14 assists in 12 games against Seattle.
That's a lot of points.
I'm expecting Nate Dogg to have a goal this game.
Anila, what are you watching for tonight?
Well, obviously, their 5-game win streak was snapped, and I saw the news that came out today. Nathan McKinnon, the ejection and the major penalty was rescinded, so the NHL essentially admitted that, maybe it was too aggressive of a call. And not to go down that rabbit hole necessarily. When I saw the penalty called on that and McKinnon with his first career ejection, I'm like, that's what's going to warrant it.
Right.
He was clearly pushed into the opposing team's goaltender.
Clearly.
So that's beyond the point. But I think for me, it's just looking for this team to get back on track, right? That they dropped that game to Edmonton, and Edmonton's a scrappy team. Have obviously been in the Stanley Cup the last couple of seasons as well. So I think we're kind of in this fine-tuning mode. And we saw Chris McFarland kind of get to work, bringing in Nicholas Waugh, adding Nazem Kadri in a deadline kind of stunner last week as well. So I think it's about building continuity with those third and fourth lines.
Yeah, continue to build that continuity. Not as quite as dramatic of changes as last year, but when you're talking about Waugh and Kadri reintegrating him, that was a lot of years ago he was playing.
Yeah.
That's like a 4-year difference. So it's still going to take some time despite him right off the bat assisting on that McKinnon goal in his first game back. And then who's the other one? Kulak as well.
Right.
So getting those guys up to speed, there is enough runway to make this happen. I mean, who's been better than Marty Netsch's coming out of the Olympic break? I mean, this guy is hotter than fish grease right now. There's been one game, Anilo, where he hasn't registered a point coming out of the break, just one. And a lot of these games are 2, 3, in one case 4-point nights. Can he keep that pace up?
Can he keep that pace up? Can Val keep his pace up?
There you
Because
go.
he's been another one that's been on a heater, right? Whether it's a power play goal or a shootout goal, he's doing his part. Val needs to continue to do his part because we need him for the postseason.
Give me a score tonight, Phil.
I am going to go Avs 4-1. It's going to be an
4-1.
ass whooping.
AP?
I was thinking along the same lines. I'll go 4-2.
Okay. I will go 3-1.
Okay.
3-1 Avs and a little bit of a lower scoring affair. All right, we're going to keep it, or we're going to talk to you guys tomorrow at 2 o'clock. We're going to finish the week in style. Anilo, you're going solo tonight, is that right?
Something like that.
All right, it's Denver Sports Tonight coming up next.
With the Broncos still needing to find improvement on offense, is there a particular position that moves to the top of the list?
Top of the list for the draft is trying to unearth that guy, that tight end, that in theory can do both. And I know they're hard to find, and I know this is a thin tight end market.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
2026 is shaping up to be an amazing year to buy a home in Colorado. If you've been dreaming about getting into your first place, upgrading for more space, or downsizing for a simpler lifestyle, now is a smart time to start planning. And the first step is easy. Get pre-approved. With American Financing, you can get it done in 24 hours or less, so you'll know exactly what you can afford before you start shopping. Rates have been dropping, home prices are steady, and more homes are hitting the market. You could score the right home at the right price and lock in a monthly payment that fits your budget without stretching yourself thin. And unlike renting, every payment you make goes toward your future, not your landlord's. And here's a misconception we'd love to bust. You do not need 20% down. Many buyers purchase with as little as 3% down. So if home ownership is on your 2026 goals list, let's make it happen. Call American Financing, Colorado's home for home loans at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Is your money doing everything it can for you? Like automatically pushing more of your money to savings every day?
I don't think so.
Then switch to Huntington Bank. And let's get more from money. Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply.